You're free tomorrow, aren't you?
No, I'm working tomorrow. And for all intents and purposes, I'm going to be working for the rest of the week.
Yeah, you took like a bunch of days off.
Well, Friday I'll be off probably around like 8:30.
I'll be at work.
You need to figure out a way so you can have like Friday or Saturday off, so you can come down to karaoke already, for fuck's sake.
No, never.
Don't be a hoe.
I'll be a hoe.
Don't be a little fucking slut muffin.
I will be a slut muffin. I'll be a slut muffin that does not get married at all. I like how your neighbor just sees me pulling. This is like super interesting. When I took off my helmet, he's like, "Oh, Harley!" And I was like, "What's up?" He's like, "I was interested in what you were writing." I was like, "A fat moto, but I do not recommend them."
Score up Saloon Field. Oh, what's up, Sony? Nah, my coworker at True ain't living here no more. He's living up in Washington. Who's that in the background? Oh, that's Harley.
Your fucking mother, that's who's in the background.
I'll tell you what, that lot.
Your fucking mother, and I'm fucking her really hard in the ass.
Harley, you raunchy shit.
Come fight me about it.
I'd rather romp around or something instead, I don't know. Or march around. That'd be preferable too.
I don't know how the concept came up, but like, I was like, we were talking about if we made it. Like, we were like, expensive, like, nothing. Like, at no expense, what kind of house would you want? And I was like, I would totally live in a barn.
Well, I'd want to have a ranch myself.
Nah, I would just live in a barn. Bottom floor full of cars, the upper part's like an apartment.
Well, my family in Texas, they have a little ranch house, and they have a barn that is pretty much that. But it's actually more of like a mini apartment now, almost, because they have like a little living space and a gigantic like entertainment area. They kind of reconverted it into that. Since they've mostly retired at this point. So, yeah, I mean, but it's something that, you know, is definitely doable. And with no expenses, I would definitely, you know, have like a little ranch, you know, have like a little, you know, something like that with like a little actual barn next to it. You know, maybe have like a couple horses, some goats, chickens, you know, and, you know, like, you know, have it strictly for like meat, or like have like it for cheese, dairy, you know, chicken for eggs, and, well, for chicken.
That?
Mainly that, yeah.
Okay. Time frame of what? Or just out, in general?
It's just generally out, I'm not sure.
I guess to be announced with a date, because...
I don't want him to freak out. I've been going like trying to get this house clean.
Okay. Yeah, it's no problem. All I gotta do is rent a truck.
Yeah.
I guess I could tear the fenders off of it and separate it into a couple pieces and put it in the garage over at my place.
Yeah.
Not that big of a deal.
I mean, it's not the worst thing to deal with.
I don't want my dad to completely freak out when he gets here.
Well, all things considered, I think, you know, the severity of it is certainly less, you know, in comparison to how I felt about it about a week ago.
Oh, there's a hell of a lot there. You can't control them. Lots of trouble.
I mean, it's still a work in progress, honestly.
Your dad just, like, gave me the death stare, and I was like, what did I do? I haven't been here.
It's the fact that you haven't been here. What the fuck, bro?
I fucking work nights and I sleep most of the day.
I mean, I feel you with that. That's why I was glad to take my vacation, so...
I ain't getting no good deck either.
Well, you should have called in and visited me for a night or something. Oh. Well, you're always like, oh, I'm sorry, I've been around a while. I know I've, basically haven't seen you in, 5 months or something. I know I'm being hyperbolic, but still, it's like, I mean, come on.
That's not... Okay. For one...
I said I was being hyperbolic.
Fuck off, it hasn't been 5 months. It's been,
a month.
Has it been a month?
At least.
Have I not been over here anymore?
Probably a little more than that, actually, now that I think about it.
I don't know, everyone avoids this place now. I'm almost like...
Well, thanks. Thank you for making me feel welcomed.
You're fucking welcome. We just don't want to hang out at your house. I'm not the only one. You're flipping me off. Flip off the whole fucking crew, dude.
I mean, there's not really much to do here anyway. I mean, I have that little fire pit in the back, but... I mean, I don't honestly blame. There really isn't much to do here besides just hang out here. I mean, for the most part, that's pretty much what I do, for the most part. That's why, honestly, on top of, getting everything reconfigured, once my granddad does get here, hopefully when shit's way better by that point, he'll be...
Is it actually confirmed?
Yes, it's sometime in the summer, I just don't know when yet. But once that is, then, at least when it comes to, maybe not as much in here, but at least, when it comes to, that room and that room especially, then I can at least, get my own room in order, and by that point, it shouldn't really be as bad.
Oh, man, he walks in your room. Oh, man!
Well, by the time that he shows up, a lot of different things are going to be out of the way and not visible, okay?
Yeah, sure.
You want proof? I mean, fine. Show up the fucking day he shows up.
No, thank you. No fucking thank you. He does not like my ass one bit.
Has he even met you?
Yes.
I know he's met Tyler before.
I met your granddad. Last time he was here.
To be honest, I don't think he really likes any of my friends, outside of, maybe Tyler. To be honest, but whatever. Frankly, if he saw me, he would think I'm a fucking weird-ass degenerate and, some washout or something. So, I don't know. I mean, I haven't really talked to him in a while either, and it's just because I could just imagine if he saw all my fucking goddamn, pins, he'd be like, what the fuck is this weird anarchist degeneracy? Have you become a communist?
Yes.
Well, not exactly, but I wouldn't call myself that. I mean, a trade unionist, yeah. Papa fuck? Popo fuck?
Papa fuck. Papa don't give no fucks, bitch.
Well, that's just what Sony's saying. It's just like, pop, oh, fuck. Pop, oh, fuck. Pop, oh, fuck.
Your granddad's kind of a dick anyway.
Well, I don't inherently disagree. He's certainly, even my dad's got some pretty wild stories about him. I honestly am kind of glad I didn't know him when he was younger. Because he sounded like a pretty crazy wild card in a way. Not like a horrible person where he's abusive or some shit, but just kind of a chaotic energy type of person almost. Still had a pretty interesting life though.
Why am I tired all of a sudden? Fucking alcohol.
And also, I'm guessing he just can't stand being alone because, pretty much every time one of his wives had passed away, he would, within about a year's time have another wife. I'm not kidding. He's married again after my last grandma passed away, so it's just well...
Damn, bro.
Now I have a step-grandma who I've never met yet, which I'm going to later this summer, and hopefully, things be chill, and, I'll be like,
Grandma
hey...
going for them young girls.
No, she's, pretty old herself. Honestly, it's kind of wild that he's outlived pretty much like each of his wives. Like his initial wife, Kay, she passed away because she had a bad blood clot, and that caused like a heart attack. And then his second wife passed away due to skin cancer. So honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I have a weird feeling that there's probably gonna be a very similar thing, with this situation. I mean, I really hope not, but it's just.
Sure, bro? You sure this is not axe murdering?
Yes, I'm pretty sure. I already have someone in my family who could potentially be a killer. Okay, I don't need my granddad. All right. Besides, like, I know him enough. I've grew up with him. Like, he's too much of like his own established, individual in a sense, for that. I mean, he's kind of like in the upper class, so to speak, but kind of one of those more hoity-toity, like, gosh, have a nice little Chardonnay wine, kind of guys. I do kind of wish that he would drive up here, because my dad's been really adamant about wanting to get his firearms back, and because he has like 3 or 4, like I think like a shotgun and like 2 rifles or 3 rifles or something like that. Yeah, I know one of them is a Springfield, like an M1903 Springfield, and like I would love to get my hands on something like that. What are you sending me? I'm noticing the notifications here. I can see those right here.
Yeah, I know.
What are? Do I even want to know?
They're not anything.
Well, that's adorable.
Oh, fuck off. I'm trying to get. Oh man, what am I gonna do? I don't remember if that thing does anything, honestly. Well, you're gonna see a lot less of me then.
What?
But I'm in my truck bed, there's no reason for me to come over here anymore.
Oh, come on. Even on your days off, you can't hang out for a little bit. I know we have at least Mondays or well, usually I work on Mondays, but like on Monday nights. Then Tuesday we can hang out a little bit before you go to work or something. It's like, come on, we can't you can at least like come by and hang out with the boys.
Boys? What boys?
Me, maybe hang out with Stefan or somebody else on like Monday night or Tuesday.
The only reason Stefan was hanging out with me is because I had him fix my disc brake front on my fucking bike. I just got that brand new rear wheel, so I wrecked the other one really bad.
Yeah, I remember you mentioning that on the group chat.
I was fucking pissed. I bought the same exact fucking wheel, so I'm just like being super fucking careful about what I do. I've been riding the shit out of it. Stefan needs to get with the program.
What would it be programmed?
Yeah, we have Tyler with the electric bikes, me with the gas power. He needs to elevate because we're like outrunning him really bad.
I need to too, honestly. I mean, I want to see if maybe I can get one of the beach cruisers upgraded. Get a kid conversion.
I was joking about that with Spawn and Mom wants to like, would he actually take it?
I would.
Actually make it. Like, I don't know.
Because I also want to have something set up for loud and lit. I mean, even if it's not, electric or whatever, or gas power, I don't care. I mean, I just want to at least make sure one of those are, actually kind of like, tuned up and stuff. Because I have, I mean, last year I was riding it, but I think one of the tubes needs replacing, and it just kind of needs a little tune-up. So I just want to make sure that, like, I know what I need and just kind of run down.
Like, I want to jack the beach cruiser from the one that's in like a million fucking pieces. I want to see it.
Why not just like why quote steal it?
I have all the parts in order in my house to fix it, almost. I have a brand new fucking coaster brake back wheel that it's just hanging on my wall.
Well, why not just say, hey, I'm going to take it to fix it up?
I like the word stealing it better.
Oh, Harley. Well, at least then maybe that won't be the one I'll, take for loud and lit and everything.
I don't know. I'll have to find a 26 front tire.
I think the other beach cruiser is,
Hey, we're not fucking I'm not switching tires. I'm not using. This is the word I want to use. Harvesting. We're not harvesting parts off other bikes.
I mean, it's just to at least get the other one up and running, and then, just have the other one tuned up and running, as well. I mean, it's more or less, might as well just do two birds, one stone.
I know, I rescued the Fuji out of your backyard. Finally.
I noticed that. Nice. Actually, there is a couple things over there that I know are yours. There's like a trike, set up back there.
I know, I need to get it out of here.
Well, why not just work on it or something? And do it here.
I have no interest in work. I'm probably gonna get rid of it. There was a tweaker that was supposed to fucking buy it from me. Or at least trade me some parts that never fucking showed up.
Well, it's a tweaker. I'm not surprised.
Sometimes tweakers are reliable, sometimes.
Fair enough.
This is trans girl that works in my work, and I'm just like, so sad that she like got caught in the crossfire of our argument. Like, I'm gonna pull her aside next time I see her, and I'm like, yo, sorry about that.
Damn, that sucks.
But I'm like, sorry, but not sorry, because I'm like...
On one hand, you're sticking up for yourself, and if anything, like, it's...
I'm sticking up for our crew, and I'm just like, you know what? Fuck off.
Right, yeah, so it's like, sorry you had to kind of, like, be caught in the middle of it, but, just kind of know I'm just trying to stick up for people, because that
She already got one dude fired, and I was like, fuck you, man.
Well, yeah, so she already has, like, a problem.
Well, it's not like confirmed she got him fired, but I know. I just know.
It's just one of those, like, kind of, like, open secret things.
I'm just like, I know you got his ass fired. I was like, we can sit here and argue all day, and she's like, well, you know what? You're off shift, so you can leave the fucking property. I was like, you know what? Go fuck yourself. I have every right to be here, as you do.
Especially because she's not a manager, is she?
No.
Does she have some authority over you?
Pretty much.
So I don't know what weird fucking stick she has up her ass. She's just trying to, like, basically, like,
She's just trying to ruffle everyone's feathers, because I was like, because technically, I started by saying, fuck the person who wrote that shit about us, about, like, the list of shit that supposedly never got done but did. And I'm like, you know what? Instead of writing a fucking note, why don't you actually talk to us?
Yeah, I get that. I mean, because I see that type of shit with my, work, too. I mean, we do actually have, like, an actual, like, cleaning list, checklist thing that we will have. And then, but honestly, like, literally most of that stuff is just shit that I know I, at least, already do. It's almost just, like, second nature, basically. It's like, clean the drains and make sure that the fryers are clean from, and kind of scrubbed around and all this other shit. Just honestly kind of some basic shit. And I'm sitting here like, I already do this stuff. And I'll, like, look at it and, look to, one of my coworkers, like, we already kind of do this. And they're like, yeah, I know, just kind of, I guess, just make sure, we don't really worry about it too much. Like, half the time we don't even look at a clean list just because usually it's just shit that we don't even have to worry about. Because it's already stuff we do. Because it's kind of, like, redundant to even have it there when it's already shit that we do anyway. It's just stupid. And every now and then, there'll be, like, like an occasional weird condescending letter because you might miss a few boxes underneath the card, and it'll be like, make sure you get all the cardboard and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, oh, the one time that we leave a little bit of cardboard below, a card, like, big whoop. It's not like, I left a gigantic stain on the floor, didn't mop, or whatever the fuck, or left a bunch of food out overnight. It's not like shit like that happens. It's like the most minuscule thing. It's just like have a U-boat ready to go, you know, for your next batch of garbages, cardboard, and all that other shit, and just have that be like kind of the first layer ready to go or something. I mean, who fucking cares? Like, it gets annoying, so I totally get it.
And then as I left, she's like, "Why don't you do your fucking job?" And I was like, "Oh." I'm like, I'm glad I left the building because I really wanted to walk in and be like, "Oh, me do my job? Oh, cool. You know what? Next time I work and I know you're coming behind me, I just won't do shit. Really show you what doing nothing looks like."
No shit. That, and also, I mean, like, you're one of the more harder working motherfuckers I know. Like, I mean, I know how you work, and it's just like, so that is some bullshit coming from her.
I mean, I slack off on night shift, really. I do, but I'm just like, I make sure shit.
I mean, I do sometimes too, but yeah, as long as you make sure shit gets done, at least done the right way. You know,
So
work smarter, not harder.
Me and the manager looked at the cameras, you guys weren't doing shit, and I was like, because
we can power through the shit that we know how to do because we've been doing this all the time, so we know what to do. We knock it out pretty quick,
I was like,
and we'll just we're gonna hang out for a little bit.
I'm not gonna mop before fucking 6 times a fucking night.
Yeah, no shit. Me neither. I'll mop it probably when I first get there, and just kind of get spots that were maybe missed from earlier, and then I'll do that near the end of my shift, before the other people come in for
It's like stop being a fucking cunt. And just talk to your fucking coworkers.
Yeah, be like, because then you can actually maybe understand what the routine is and be like, yeah, we'll sit around for a little bit because, like, we'll do our shit in batches and we'll be able to knock it out within less than an hour, give or take, because it doesn't take that long. It's like, what, you want us to, like, basically sit there slowly like a sloth, just slowly putting things in there? It's like, it's ridiculous. It's like it's when the job could easily take like 30 minutes honestly, when it comes to stocking.
And then she wants to bitch about like something got left out, and I was like, yeah, cool. So what? You have one thing.
Yeah, one little thing.
One little thing, and you're just gonna bitch about it. It's like, quit being a lazy cunt.
And honestly,
do your job.
And also, it would be a problem if it was a recurring thing when there's a bunch of shit left out, or if that has just been a constant thing over and over again. But if it's just a one-off thing, who cares? Be like, oh, hey, just to remind you, something was left out. Just, make sure that, throw away whatever that, you have. Blah, blah. Like, it's okay to at least just remind your coworkers, like, hey, make sure you don't forget stuff and don't leave it out or whatever. But, yeah, you don't got to be a dick. It's just a friendly reminder thing. Because that's the whole thing about communicating. It's like, hey, this thing was left out. Do you know about it? No? Okay, just want to make sure because I just want to remind people not to make sure not to leave stuff out or forget some shit that, they might have had as a snack or something, whatever, or, they forgot something that was supposed to get stocked. I mean, it's just a friendly reminder thing, and that's okay, but, like, to be a dick, be like, hey, why was this left out? Excuse me. It's like, it's a one-off thing. Who gives a shit? Just, like, just friend, just be, like, just communicate with people.
I was like, I really wanted to be like, oh, really? Well, I highly doubt you've had as many fucking guns and weapons pulled on you that night shift has. Since I've started working there, I've had like 3 incidences with firearms pointed at my face.
Dude, you need to get the fuck out of that place, bro. Oh my god.
They're all fucking tweakers, but I mean...
Still, dude, what the fuck? You got to get the fuck out of there, bro.
I told you what to do with the fucking harpoon.
Yeah.
That shit was funny. That shit was hilarious. I was like, there's a harpoon incident, there's a dude with nunchucks.
Nunchucks? Ah! Oh my god.
Not to be racist, it was a Chinese dude, and I was just like, huh?
I don't know, that's not racist, that's just an observation. It just also happened to be a Chinese guy.
I don't know if he was Chinese, but he was definitely from the Asian region, or whatever.
He was Asian, broadly.
Broadly Asian, yeah.
Oh, okay, alright.
I'm not this drunk, goddammit. I have to piss.
Oh
Boarding this area, patrolled by armed security. Yeah, fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. If I could make it up there, I'd pee on your sign. Well, my screen is not that.
What the fuck, Harley? Oh my god. Him and his antics, dude. Harley and his antics. Holy shit. Wait, what?
The shed.
What about it?
Did you ever clean it out?
I don't know. Go look in there.
Again, while you're at it. That question is no. I don't want to open it. There might be a fat ass rat in here fucking his wife.
Wait, what the hell? That is oddly specific there, my dude.
Oh god. God, worse. Oh, God. Oh, yo, fucking, I'm shutting that. Oh, that smell. Fucking awful. Not reopening. That's bad. That's about as bad as the fridge. About as bad as opening that fucking refrigerator. Jesus fucking mother of Christ.
I feel like you're being a little hyperbolic.
I love being hyperbolic. Oh god, I got a little tear in my eye now. A little fucking tear in my eye. Fucking Jesus, that stings. Fucking rats are making love in there like, oh yeah.
You know, I wonder whatever happened to Mickey the Rat in here. I haven't heard much commotion from him.
That's because they made a hole in your shed. You're fucking homie, dude. Left that shed in the net.
Where's the cup go?
Ooh, porno mag.
Popo. What up, Popo? He's just a straight pop. Like it's just hella chilling here. Oh my gosh, the pup. Oh, a sleepy pup.
Sleepy pup.
Look at him.
Fucking dog is lazy.
He's just a lazy boy, and that's okay. Whoa.
He doesn't do fuck all.
No.
Or I'm getting out of here.
What? You gonna depart? With
Yeah.
you? Wow. Really?
I have streets to destroy.
Fair enough, I guess. Wow.
That I have pizza at my house.
Oh, fair enough. Pizza.
And then I want to go whack the weasel, but that's not my point.
Well, ooh woo. Ooh woo.
Putting on a helmet feels weird.
This silly little boy of a game.
I'm usually like the one who's like, fuck helmets.
I know, and seeing you wear one is just very peculiar indeed.
God damn it, fucking latch. I also gotta figure out where I'm gonna put my truck bed at.
Well, I'm sure you could probably, I'm sure there's a way to, dismantle it without actually destroying it and, and putting it in different pieces.
Maybe, I'll have to look at it later.
You look like
We definitely have room over at our spot, huh?
Oh, I was just about to say, you kind of look like a Megamind with that helmet on.
Megamind? Really? Go fuck yourself. I'm literally leaving now.
Oh, wow.
Just because he said that.
Wow, I'm sorry.
Fuck off.
God, well, fuck you too.
Fuck you too.
Wow.
Where the fuck did you get a sign at?
Ask Dad.
Maybe I don't want to ask your dad.
Well, he would know.
Where'd you steal the sign from?
The place that was controlled by entrepreneurs.
Okay.
It's like, oh, that looks cool. Snag beside run.
Your condition, you can't run for shit.
Well, that was back in the day.
That was when I was like in like high schoolish.
Our age, basically, back when we were kids, you know, fucking around being silly boys.
Younger, probably.
Alright, see you later, Suzuki.
Alright, see you, man.
We'll go to Sprite Street.
I got all kinds of cool signs.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, this is all right.
This is a bold one. I gotta find a spot to put this sucker up.
Reserved KSU Provost. Wait, what is that?
That's like the super police for campus. So not only did I get a sign,
Oh my god, I know it's coming over here for some other things.
here we are.
Oh, that one?
I stole its license plate too.
Damn, that's what that license plate is. Damn.
Yeah, well, it's like the campus cop.
A campus cop, damn.
But I stole his license plate and his parking spot, so.
Damn. My goodness.
Trash is going to be full, but I want as much recycled crap in as possible.
I'm pretty sure I got all the recycling for the most part. Outside of a few other things, but I'll deal with that later. So I'll just roll it out later tonight.
Yeah, I want that recycled full. But it's better to keep getting full.
We'll leave at least a few big boxes. Because I want to condense some of the stuff in my room too a little bit, so I want to at least kind of like... Oh, there we go. Cool. I can tell he's still in, like, very hardcore, like, clean think process and shit. Man, if it wasn't for my little vacay and now having, like, a little 6-day work week and shit, I know I'm just gonna be, like, constantly, like, you know, like, working even here at home, because even on my weekends, you know, for next week at least, oh boy, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a doozy, I say. Oh boy. Oh boy. My goodness. Oh, there's the highlight. Zooming. It's got a pretty dope ass little fucking electric gas powered little bike. It's pretty dope. I've actually been wanting to, like, you know, give it a little test ride, just kind of see how it flies a little bit. But I haven't got a chance to yet. I should have done that earlier, goddammit, actually. I should have said, it's like, you know what, before you leave, I want to test ride that thing, kind of ride it up and down the block really quick. But, yeah, next time. Next time I'll do that. Both my more tunes, you know. Some more tunes. Then let's see what's going on the tube and all that crazy shit. Oh, Jesus. Wait, Darla come back? Oh, what's going on? Ah, what's up? Wait, what?
No.
You came back. You forgot something?
No.
What?
We're gonna steal something from you. That one's full of shit.
Wait, what? Wait, what are you doing? Oh.
That one's clean.
Wait, what are you doing?
Nothing.
Why am I questioning everything that you're... what are we doing here?
Nothing. It's in a bottle. Why?
Okay, well, alright.
I need a bottle to put gasoline in.
Oh boy.
Okay, let's try that little thing. No.
Why not? Just up and down the block here.
No, it's not safe.
What do you mean it's not safe? You're riding it?
Yeah, it's because I'm a fucking crazy madman.
Come on, let me
Fine! Oh. Did you have a stream going?
Yeah. I'll bring him along. You can hold on to him while I ride out.
I am not being your cameraman.
Dude, there's already there's a thing attached to it. All you have to do is just hold on to that thing. That's all.
Maybe I don't want it.
You know why I absolutely love you to not let me say subscribe to channels I'm interested in. Really, it's fantastic not being able to get notifications. Also, you're capped at 480p. Well.
What?
Yeah, whatever. I'll figure that out eventually at some point.
Who's saying that?
Rose.
You're capped at what?
480p.
The fuck does that mean?
480 pixels. 480 pixels. Like, you know, for quality.
Oh.
Video quality.
If you can start it, I'll let you ride it.
Okie dokie. Should be pretty easy. Okay. The dog goes run like woo.
Okay, front brake, not the back. The back doesn't work.
There you go.
Like I said, if you can start it, you can ride it. Wait, why is it facing me? I don't want it facing me.
Oh, come on.
This is gonna be epic fail. I wish you guys could see this. He's gonna fail at this.
I mean, so I've seen you do it this way, right? So yeah.
He's not gonna get it started.
Oh wait.
Ah!
Yeah,
Okay, you got it started. Don't kill yourself. He's gonna kill himself. Yeah, I like how they say rip ignore. Oh, fuck, he's gonna kill himself. His chat box. I don't know why he wanted to write it. Flip the camera!
it's a little rickety, but hey.
It's not rickety, what are you talking about?
Well, I probably just need to get the hang of it, but hey, it works. Bada bing, bada boom. Rip ignore.
Yeah, rip ignore.
Well, you know, hey, I lived. It's all good.
I should have told you. You gotta pull this in first. Click it on. Then start it.
Okay, gotcha. Because that's what kind of got me a little like, oh shit, yeah, for a second, but
Because if you don't,
it'll
nothing's
just
stopping the fucking.
nothing stopping it. Yeah.
This is not. It's not your conventional motorcycle. Once you turn it on, the
It just
lights go
goes.
forward.
Yeah, I like it though. It's pretty cool. Anyway, have a good one, man. Come on, Zooks. Boo boo. Let her pop pop. Oh, that's pretty nice. Yay, I got my little test ride. I was mentioning it a second and I force out it. Yay. Cinematography could do some improvement. Well, it's Harley. He's not exactly a cameraman that's the greatest, you know what I'm saying? But whatever. But look, I got my potato. Yeah. You know, chat me aside his chat box. Please rescue me. But yeah, at least for the 480p thing, I mean, I'll just have to look at that another time. I mean, hey, at least it's fine for now. I mean, I'd rather it be at streaming fine at 480p versus like 144p where I look like a Minecraft character. So, you know, it's definitely, you know, it's preferable, but I'll tinker around with it in the future. Because I'm sure there's probably just some like preset, you know, thing, and I just need to switch it around a little. Because I do remember having to fuck around with it initially when I was getting throttled just to see if that would help. So maybe that's probably why. But I just don't want to deal for right now because I don't want to fuck with it currently. We're already kind of going sunk cost fallacy and all that shit. So. Let's see what's happening for the today. Yeah, that maybe is maybe not serious shit. Preferably maybe not serious shit. But I'm sure there is. TJ food item number 1. A TJ food item. And TJ food item number 2. Some snickerdoodles. Oh, banana cookies. Oh. That looks pretty good. And what are these? Ooh, blueberry pie. Blueberry pie, blueberry pie, blueberry pie, blueberry pie. Everybody wants a blueberry pie. Everybody wants a blueberry pie. Dude, I honestly, I want, like, that song to be a song put in the theme of, like, the B-52s. Blueberry pie, blueberry pie, blueberry pie, blueberry pie, blueberry pie, blueberry pie. Everybody wants a blueberry pie. But it was a muffin. Was it a muffin? I thought the whole thing was like blueberry pie. I thought it was blueberry pie. Was it a muffin? I thought it was a muffin. Or no, I thought it was a pie, not a muffin. Don't be confusing me with this. I'm pretty sure it was a muffin, not a muffin. Pretty sure it was a pie. Stay flat, bitch. There we go. Said blueberry pie, but I think he was holding a muffin. Oh, well, you know what? It's still blueberry pie for the song. Okay, yeah. He was holding a muffin, but the song is still blueberry pie. Surprisingly, is there not really that much going on for today? What the fuck, number? No, wait, we're both wrong. Oh shit. You have been blueberry pied? Oh fuck. Alright, hey, Streamlabs. Blessed be, for you give me the screen. Yay! It didn't want to fuck up. Oh my god, this is 15 years old. Holy shit. 2009. Oh my god, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen of YouTube, I would like to make an announcement. Blueberry pie,
Yeah, wait, it's just some weird mask of some sort.
blueberry pie, 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 blueberry pie. Blueberry pie, blueberry pie. Everybody loves the blueberry pie. Everybody loves the blueberry pie. Everybody loves the blueberry pie. All right.
Dude, I love it. Dude, that should honestly, unironically be a goddamn fucking song in the style of the B-52s. I bet there's some secret ritual we don't know about. There's some secret ritual, dude. You're probably right, bro. Like, oh my god, this is... You know, I'm okay with it, though. I feel like the, blueberry pies go on for a little too long, but, remix it around a little bit, fuck around with that a little. I think you got yourself, like, a B-52 style song you can do. I know, I love it. Dope. Ah, it's been so long since I've seen it. Ah, so good. That's some good stuff. Ah, some good shit, I'll tell you all now. You want to? Let's see. Let us see. Oh, what a doth a bear happen on. Ready to start. Oh, here's a little something. Oh, wait. Zukov, you got something for me? I just found a little something, and then Zukov wanted to pop up a little something. My headcanon is that there's some blueberry god out there that is also worshipped by the Oompa Loompas. Yeah, it's one of the it's like one of the many gods, a part of like the Sindio Tamat, like poly religion. Sindio Tamat is the head god, but there are many other gods that also at the end of the day, worship to him. And that would be, one of many would be the blueberry god. Okay, I think he's showing. Anyway. Well, so on this channel. Ready to start revealing their power levels in Europe. Oh boy, this seems a little fun. Oh my god, I already love the first frame of this. It's just like this weird looking white boy with like this big black guy just like doing this. I already love it right off the bat. I don't even have to show it. It like just like that presentation should already kind of give it just an implication. Oh, okay, so here on. Wait, what's it say here? Quote, dirty effing Muslims. Quote, I'm an IDF soldier. This man hurled Islamophobia beside a group of young Muslim women after he pulled a hijab off of one of them. Well, so he's a racist piece of shit and assaulted a woman, so yeah, probably deserves arrest. The incident reportedly took place at the Whitechapel station, so it's just some random fucking bus station, I guess. But here. Streamlabs, give us the blessings. Don't fuck up with some video render bullshit or whatever the fuck, yeah. Yeah, there we go. See, I have to, like, worship my own god here at this point. The god of the Streamlabs, dude. But yeah, this is what I was talking about. Wait, look at this. Just look at him towering over him. Just like, I mean, he's not exactly like a beef boy, like, beefcake of a man, but, like, he's tall enough to just be like, just, like, right all up in him. It's like, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, I'm already loving this.
Oh, here.
Yes, I mean, you dirty. I'm just assaulting a young girl. You are vile. You are below. Poor excuse for a human being. How dare you? And you're not.
Your poor excuse for a human being. How dare you? Like, I like how this weird white British bloke is just straight up, fucking like going at this other British lady just because she happens to be brown and I guess maybe Muslim, at least for this lady. And it's like, she sounds just as British as everybody else. How dare you? Excuse me. It's like, oh my god, the Britishness is just like oozing really hard out of all this. Disgusting. Dude. Oh my god, I love the British accent, honestly.
Olaf must be studied, bro. Ever since he said he's gonna stop doing music, he's just been crazy with it. Is that Jamie Oliver, the cook? No, it's Ed Sheeran.
Oh my god, it kind of does look like Ed Sheeran. I don't think this is actually Ed Sheeran, but oh my god, he does kind of look like him. Oh my god, I'm so glad I have an ability for a screen. As long as Streamlight cooperates.
I'm an IDF soldier.
Oh yeah, soldier. No, you're not. Well, honestly, even if you are, what? Like, you're an IDF soldier that, like, works in the office as logistics or something, working a computer. Like, yeah, bullshit. Even if you wanted to, I don't think they would take your fucking limey ass, you fucking bloke. Like, like, oh my god. I love that weird fucking, thing they want to throw out there. And honestly, I kind of know why. It's because, they're Muslims, so obviously they, by proxy, must support, Palestinians, so thus, fuck them, they're anti-Semitic. Like, that's kind of the weird trope he's trying to throw. While at the same time being a racist, bigoted weirdo, because he's also, like, putting his hands on, women, taking her hijabs off, and then, fucking, like, generally in this case, being Islamophobic, being like, well, fuck you for being Muslims, then what, how dare you? I'm idiot, you fucking Muslims, excuse me.
I'm an IDF soldier. Well, you don't know the type of CQC Krav Maga. I'll give
Krav Maga.
Like you're a baby. In my mind, you're nothing but a Palestinian baby. If I close my eyes and imagine you as a Palestinian baby, then I'll defeat you. I'm an IDF soldier.
Dude, honestly, his British accent is actually kind of a little low-key on point. I like how immediately, I'm an IDF soldier nitwit over here, just suddenly starts backing off, like, and he's just like, excuse me, bitch. And I was honestly kind of getting annoyed by the security guy over here, like, because he was, like, taking way too long to intercede. And this guy, if you, look initially in the beginning, he's right there. Like, that's him right there. Like, he was just kind of hanging out with some of these women earlier. Probably, one of the, just one of their friends, maybe. And eventually had enough to shit. And eventually, boom, he just went right up to his face. And I honestly think if it wasn't for this security guy right there, he probably would have smacked him right in the face with a good fist. With a good old knuckle sandwich, I tell you.
I'm an IDF soldier. I'm trained. I'm trained to fight women and children, all right? And if you're like a child, but also a female child, then it's even better.
IDF soldier.
What happened? What happened to the IDF soldier, though? I thought he was like a trained killer. The moment that like a man comes up, his attitude changes. It's crazy.
Which also, I think, there's actually a weird trifecta with this. Like, it's not only just, just the bigotry on just the fact that they happen to be Muslim. Like, it's one thing if they're, like, I don't know, trying to fucking, I wouldn't even know, honestly. Like, try to shove, like, a Quran down your throat, be like, and just pass around, like, here, you're taking this, I don't care. Or some shit, like, literally, like, pestering you about it or something. Which I don't think that's actually ever happened. It does happen a lot with Christians, at least here in the U.S. You'll get that a lot. But I don't think it really happens in this case. And for two, it's like, there's also, the fact of, like, the weird anti-Semitism trope, because, like, oh, well, you must be Muslim, thus anti-Semitic. So throwing that fucking trope, but also because they're women, and he'd rather take advantage of them and basically bully and, demean them and harass them because they're an easy target. And when it comes to a man, like, that's equal level, or if anything, they're on an extra level, playing field when it comes to the person, targeting, women and shit in this case. So it's kind of a trifecta. It's like, this weird, like, Zionistic shit, racism, and misogyny, just kind of all wrapped up in one weird, disgusting British limey bloke. Gross.
I don't know. How dare you?
You know what? Quadfecta, because he's British. Quadfecta. The fourth, he's British. You're a wanker. It's like, no, you're a fucking wanker, you fucking nit.
As an MMA fighter, you don't want to touch me. You don't want to touch me.
Ooh. As an MMA fighter, you don't want to touch me. Ooh. All right. Oh. You know what? I kind of dare him to, just so I can see, him get fucking, like, murked and fucking laid down on the fucking floor, dude.
I don't give two flies.
Yeah, he's like,
And I could give two fly fucks.
Full enemy, a woman or a child. I'll fucking kill you. I'm an IDF soldier. It's a perfect counter. It doesn't show, but he ripped off a lady's hijab. Oh, I mean, yeah. This is many such cases,
Which is what started this whole altercation. This guy really honestly thinks he's in the fucking right. Like, he's the one, committing the wrong from right off the bat. Like, I mean, and he wants to try to play victim in this entire time. It's like, go fuck yourself, you weird little pissant. Like, I mean, it's one thing if you, got, like, your quarrels and shit, when it comes to, like, religion. I certainly do. But, like, I don't give a fuck if an individual happens to believe in it. You know what? Like, I happen to go down to Portland pretty frequently. You want to know how often I see people with, like, you know, women out there with, like, jobs and shit like that? You know, not often, but it's fairly common. I'll see that every now and then. Do I care? No, I don't give a fuck. So what? Oh no, like, it's the end of the world. Like, they tend to just be minding their business, usually talking, like, you know, what, you know, book they're reading in, you know, or some shit, because they're going to, like, some book study or whatever the fuck. Like, at least, you know, with whatever gossip I have heard in the past, usually just benign shit. It's almost basically literally like, you know, like, kind of almost stereotypical, like, urban white girl shit, like, honestly, half of the time. I mean, I'm not even kidding. Like, so, whatever, who cares? You know, people got their beliefs, I don't give a shit. I mean, you know, I found out recently, Marshall Manson, because he just made an update video not that long ago, after, like, a 2-year hiatus, and he apparently, you know, is, Christian now. You know, but whatever, you know, it's like, I respect the fact that he has, you know, the belief that he does, and whatever. I don't like the religion aspect around all of it, but that's, you know, what he decides to choose, and, you know, whatever, so be it. I don't care. I don't care how an individual does it, you know, it just matters on how their character is when it comes to, you know, enacting that said belief, so to speak. What if Marshall Spino? Dude, Venom said the same thing on Instagram live when I was talking to him about that over there a couple days ago. And honestly, I'm just like, man, look, I think it's a fun theory, but nah, I don't think that's the case. I mean, I really don't. I mean, because, I don't know. I think Marshall's too genuine of a person to be a troll in that way, you know what I mean? I don't know. It's a fun, interesting theory, but I don't believe it. Spino Manson. Oh my god. Man, I don't want to try to stir shit up, because I really do honestly like Marshall Manson, because I would talk with him every now and then when he was making his music and shit. Because I've always had the idea, maybe, like, you know, doing a collab, or at least maybe hooking him up with one of my friends, you know, like Tyler or something, you know, when it comes to making collab music or something, but he just went on hiatus eventually at a certain point over, you know, this type of shit. So, I mean, now at this point, I don't necessarily think that would happen anyway, but, you know, he's got his own path going on, and that's fair, and that's totally fine, and whatever, more power to him, you know? I don't even want it.
Zionists think that, like, they can do Israel stuff outside of Israel, and you just kind of can't do that unless you're a cop, in which case, you know, if you're trained by the IDF especially, there's, like, double points for you.
Maybe we need to find Jesus next, dude. Nah. And honestly, I'd rather Christians, you know, actually try to find, you know, Christ in their own selves. It's not like, you know, Christ in the word of their mouth. It's within their own actions and within their deeds. Like, you know, it's kind of the whole idea of, like, pray within the closet, and if you want to actually, like, serve Christ, you know, as your Lord and Savior, so to speak, actually, you know, adhere to his philosophy and adhere to his edicts, which is, like, you know, give possessions of the poor, and, you know, like, you know, being against, you know, the idea of a king and the tyrant and shit like that. And many Christians do not believe that type of shit. Like, I mean, you know, honestly, like, if you really kind of, you know, push that at them, and that, you know, kind of refute their own philosophy and their own, you know, beliefs against them, they'll kind of step back a little bit. Because especially me as a non-believer, I certainly understand their belief system way more than they do half the time. Every time I find myself talking to a Christian, you know, I tend to, if it's like, you know, people personally maybe be a little more subtle, but online I tend to be a little bit more open with it, and it's just like, I tend to usually kind of give them a curveball, and they end up just kind of having to go, like, robot mode and just repeat the same shit over and over again. And, you know, that's kind of when you realize that either they're not going to change, or they're just stumped and they're like, no. When you go on a trip to the Middle East, I mean, I'd be okay with maybe visiting the Middle East one day. I mean, honestly, I'd like to go visit, you know, like, some places out there. But, I mean, as it stands right now, like literally, I mean, the thing is, I mean, all things considered, I want to go there right now. I'd love to go there one day, though. I mean, honestly, because I would love to visit the different places there that, you know, when it comes to the history and all this other shit. And what in the fuck are you doing? How much noise are you making over there? What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh my god. So what would you do if you met Jesus? I would have so many questions. I would too, to be honest. My main question would be, if you're the Son of God, and have these powers, then how come, your father hasn't, how come he hasn't, attempted to at least, have even an indirect sway on making sure his, children, so to speak, go the right way? Because, obviously there, if he knows us from the, in our entire lives from the day that we're born and even before we're conceived of in the womb, then he already knows what direction we're going to take. So why not make it implicit, change, so to speak, even if they might not necessarily be a believer at the end of the day, but at least, make a shift so they at least act more like, Christ-like, so to speak. Right? Like, I mean, it's kind of, I guess, like a long-winded question, but I mean, that would be kind of like my question with it. I mean, because I don't think just like, this, well, he's there, but just doesn't really have a sway in things. Because then my, follow would be like, well, what about answering people's prayers? Because obviously people got, so is it just like a cherry pick thing or something? So I don't know. I would have a lot of problems, even with the more libertine aspects or kind of more libertarian theology elements of Christianity with these things. Back on YouTube, it just randomly started working again. Yeah, I just fucking popped in, on YouTube just to test it out, and it worked fine because I was uploading some concert videos from my last show that I went to with Battle Beast, and that shit uploaded within a few minutes, so it kind of gave me a hint, realizing I probably am not throttled anymore. So I just popped in, and hey, here we are. Looks incredible. Hell yeah. Little Punkx MC. Hey, yeah. What's up, Rip? Also came back from we'll have to. I'm kind of getting stone locked in a little bit of a segment here, but we'll have to, have a little story time here, I suppose. Speaking of liberty, the libertarians even rejected Trump's ass. Oh my god. Okay, well, we'll get into. Well, we're in segment mode, so we'll put a pin on some story time a little bit. But but we'll get into these things. Well, we're doing this first, but we'll get into that because I actually did see something about that, so I want to check that out too.
You can't really do that as a civilian in other places.
Shut up! For
Attitude changes when a man comes up because they're only trained to brutalize men using drone snipers and artillery. They're not trained in close quarters combat with men. Yeah, I'm an IDF soldier. I mean, remember the thing starts off with dirty Muslims. He says this man hurled Islamophobic abuse at a group of young Muslim women after he pulled the hijab off one of them. This incident reportedly took place at Whitechapel Station.
And honestly, this actually happened in Portland a few years ago, but way worse. Because there was a man that was hurling anti-Muslim and racial slurs against these women who were wearing hijabs as well. And a few people stood up against this guy, and he had a knife and pulled a knife out. And one dude was non-fatally wounded, but basically damn near, fatally wounded. And I think 2 people died from their injuries. And that happened at Hollywood Station in Portland. And and it was a major fucking story because of pretty much of the kind of the rise of Islamophobia, especially considering the ban on Muslims, we're gonna shut it down and blah 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 and all this other bullshit. I mean, there was a major height of that type of shit going on during that time. And I mean, it was it was something that also is kind of considered at least, kind of a good side of Portland where it was showing how heroic, people can at least be a little bit because I mean, at least around here, no one will stand up for this type of bullshit. Maybe in London, people will kind of wander around, and unless a black guy stands up, no one else is going to stand up for that shit because it's fucking London or whatever the fuck. But at least around here, we don't fucking put up with shit like that. Even if honestly it does put a risk to our own fucking lives. Because honestly, if I saw some shit like this, I mean, I won't be afraid to fucking step up. I don't give a shit. Jeremy Christian. Yep, his name was Jeremy Christian. I had to look up his name. It happened 7 years ago. Yeah, 7 years ago. Jesus Christ, that long ago, huh? I honestly thought it was more like 5 years ago or something, dude. Like, honestly, I thought it was a little more recent than that. Man, that long ago, huh? Jesus.
An IDF soldier. Nice, man. Nice. It's just like how.
I mean, honestly, knowing that this is London, I'm honestly kind of like, surprised that this guy didn't have a knife, considering that, England has like a knife issue or whatever the hell. Which I love how right wingers here in America will use that as some talking point. Like, well, that's why they should have goons. It's like, do you really think that would make anything better? Like, instead of like knife attacks, it would just be like assaults with guns. Like, I don't think it would make anything better. It actually would probably make it a lot worse. So, I mean, like, what the fuck do you like? I love that weird trope that they use for that. Oh my god, I honestly want like a conservative in here one day, and to make that talking point. One of these days, I think, for like my little coffee streams, before work and stuff, maybe I should just go directly to YouTube and do a short live, just so I could maybe see if I could get like a conservative or two or something to pop in or some shit. Like, cause I mean, I know Paul on his streams, like he's been doing them vertically now, and he will actually get some like weird Christian dudes and like conservatives every now and then, shit, like to pop in and stuff like that, and it's actually kind of interesting. So I kind of want to like experiment with that a little bit myself.
You feel comfortable?
If only we had a knife issue instead of a gun issue. I mean, the thing is, we kind of have a little bit of both. I mean, it's not really talked about, but knife attacks are, kind of an issue as well. I mean, the Jeremy Christian issue was a knife attack, right? Like, I mean, so it's not like they don't happen. I mean, they're just not really as talked about as often because, I mean, we have a gun issue, obviously. So when it comes down to brass tacks, if it bleeds, it leads. Guns bleed more, right? So they're going to get way more headlines than like some dude stabbing 4 people or some shit. Because, I mean, those things do happen as well. But, again, they just don't get the headlines. Nowhere near as often, at least.
Behaving like this in public. It just doesn't make any sense. It really, I mean, I guess it's like...
I mean, because broadly, it's just because America has a problem with mental health and violence and has no actual honest way of fucking addressing it. Because, like, conservatives will always, say to the left, it's like, well, instead of restricting everything, why don't you just look at mental health and stuff like that? It's like, well, why don't you fucking advocate for that shit? Because at least we do, bitch. And the thing is, I'm not even really inherently, like in favor of like, these at least specific restrictions like mag capacity bans or stuff like that. But when it comes to accessibility of firearms, yeah, absolutely it should at least be restricted. That's kind of the whole point of a regulated, element when it comes to the whole Second Amendment, right? So let's enforce that part. Like, I mean, I think, it should be able to be all right, but at the same time, it's like if you, have been shown to fuck up when it comes to that in any way, shape, or form, then you forfeit that. Like, I mean, hey, felons have their voting rights forfeited. People that have, like, horrible driving records have their license, forfeited when it comes to the right to have a license to drive, right? So it's like, why not with guns? Like, why can't we just treat it like that? We just don't have any really sane way to deal with it, even though it's kind of fucking easy in my mind. Seems like pretty self-explanatory in a way, but no. I don't really think that, issue is going to get properly solved unless, the weird, like, divisiveness around it, just kind of, gets addressed or something. Which a lot of that's due to lobbying and, money, from, like, the NRA, for example, being funneled into this type of shit. I mean, so it's a lot of it just comes down to the money, really. Which, shocker, comes down to a lot of issues, doesn't it?
It basically shows, he was arrested and he called the police anti-Semites.
Wait, what? To revert back to this weirdo. Yesterday, following reports of an abusive man at a Whitechapel station, officers attended the scene and made arrests for racially aggravated assault. Oh, so there's actual footage of this guy getting arrested. Oh boy.
Is anybody else in cups? Is anybody else in cups? Is there any
speak to you about this.
Oh, you're on some, mate. You're on some, mate, then. Fuck off. Fuck off, cunt.
That's awesome. It's just like,
dude, what a little fucking pipsqueak, dude. Look at this little fucking nerd. This guy easily looks like a kid who would be bullied in school, dude. He probably was.
Get it? I was terrified. I saw Muslims in a hijab, yeah? I was terrified. What? What do you mean? I thought you were cops, right? You're supposed to protect me while I'm doing Islamophobic hate crimes, yeah? Innit? The wilder thing is that Whitechapel's predominantly black and brown people, so you gotta be really drunk to even think about this, which it seems like he was. Yeah, this is the guy that says Londonistan, unironically. London, it's got halal kebab shops everywhere now. It's Londonistan. I fucking hate it. I'm an RDF soldier. I'm trying to do hate crimes.
You know what? I would love to have, like, little kebab shops all over the place. And you know what? In Portland, we kind of do. There's like little food carts, that are like halal shops, like Mediterranean food carts, like Iraqi food carts, Egyptian style. Like, there's kind of like, little specific, regional niche, style food carts and shit, but like kind of broadly, like, like Arabic style foods. Oh my God, dude, that shit's so fire, bro. Shit is fire, dude. Any weird bloke that wants to fucking, be like, toward that shit, I shun thee. I shun thee. Love going to the halal market. Oh my God, dude. Hell yeah. Tons of cool food to try. Dude, I know. Dude, the food is like legit so good. Dude, I love it. I mean, I love how to the Brits, like, that is like some sort of heresy and they can't stand it. So it's like, Londonistan. It's Londonistan now. Oh my God. But it's like, to me, it's like, wow, you actually have flavor and culture in your city now. Oh my God. It's like, wow, it's a miracle. There's culture in your city for once. It's like, good grief.
People are eating the kebabs and they're learning the simple.
Man, I'm just starting to realize that the British just honestly are scared of actual culture, just like, touching them. And it's just like, any, thing of that, you're like, eh! Because, like, even when it comes to, like, their own regional culture, like, they sometimes will have a little fucking weird little hoopla over it. Because, like, Southern Brits are, don't really like the Scots, and the Scots don't like the Southern Brits and shit, and blah, blah, blah. And the Brit, Englanders and all this sort of shit. So you got that going on. And then you got, like, the animosity when it came to, like, queer folk and the LGBT and shit. Like, I mean, when it comes to actual, like, culture, like, community and stuff like that, or anything that's kind of counter to, like, the crown and tradition, la, 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 say. Like, they're just scared of it. Same Wakers voted for Brexit. Yeah, dude. And now they're just having, like, a fucking identity crisis, like, literally on national proportions. Why do you think they hate food with any flavor? I don't know. Because they, like, want to, like, take all of it as their own, but at the same time, hate it. It's like, do they just have this, like, weird self-hatred thing, about it or something? Like, what is it? Is it, like, some weird fetish thing? It's like, we used to be the empire where the sun never set on us, I say. Which is funny, because there's actually a full quote to that. The reason why the sun never set on the English Empire, because God never trusted Englishmen in the dark. So it's just like, there's a reason why that quote exists. A lot of Brits will use the first half of that quote, but never, but forfeit that, and forget about that last little half. But it's like, Now it's because the Lord himself didn't even trust your motherfucking asses. I mean, for good reason, too. I mean, like, historically, the British, Empire is fucked. So, I mean, like, the East Asia Company, the Opium Wars, like, at least their early slave trade before they at least abolished it before the America did. And then, like, I mean, I don't know, like, and then also just, like, their fucking colonies in the East and Africa, also shit. I mean, it's, it's like, it's all, I don't know, like, do we need to go on? There's a lot of things that we can, that even I can't even really think of right off the top of my head. That's just the shit that I can think of right now. You know, doing a coup in Iran, setting up their own monarchy puppet state with the back end of CIA too. At that. The closest they get is their lame, watered down versions of it. Yeah, I don't want British version of curry. I want, like, genuine curry, dude. If I'm getting curry, I want the real shit. Because the real shit is actually good. That weird British... There was, like, this little Indian food cart at this place called Cartlandia, which I found out is not named that anymore. It's now named something else. Because I remember taking the bus back home from Cartlandia on Saturday night, and... as I was, as I was passing by it, I was like, what the fuck? It ain't Cartlandia no more. I forgot exactly what it's called now, but I was like, what the fuck? I was actually flabbergasted. So I honestly hope the food carts at least are, all that shit are still there. At least especially the Indian food cart, because they had like this shrimp, like curry vindaloo or some shit. And I got that, one time, and, and I had it a few times afterwards. And oh my God, dude. Oh, so good. So fucking fire, bro. So fire, bro. Closest thing to get to spicy is probably bell pepper. Well, for the Brits. And even then, that's probably too spicy for them. For me, honestly, I even eschew the bell pepper because it's not spicy, and honestly, the texture is a little weird. I don't know why, but it's just... the flavor of a bell pepper is okay. If you kind of like dice it up and mix it up with like, some nice good stir fry or some shit. I mean, whatever. But like, just a bell pepper itself, it just doesn't do it for me. Bell pepper has 0 Scovilles. It has like negative Scovilles. Like, it has like negative 1,000 Scovilles for fuck's sake. Like, I need some heat, dude. I'll just traditionally put some Tabasco all up in some bitches. You know what I mean? Like, I love Tabasco sauce. That shit's fire. Tabasco is what I got. Best remember that. Oh, Tabasco is all I need. Oh, best remember that. Oh,
with these Muslim.
You know what? Here, we'll skip around from this, weird British yokel, to what's going on here. Germany, Silt. This is a longer thing. So what's going on with the Germans and their weird racism? Oh boy. Alright, who's this Ava Braun looking weirdo?
Video in Germany shows people singing racist lyrics and performing Nazi salutes at a club in the northern island of Sylt. Chancellor Olaf Scholz has been called to comment while police investigate. Now, this is very illegal to do in Germany, for the record.
And they're all just having a goodie of a time, just being like, oh, we're Nazis, oh yeah. Of course, they're going to be all flamboyant, like metrosexual suburbanites about it. Oh, Germans never change. Well, please change, but never change at the same time. What's funny is I don't even need the subtitles for that. I've listened to enough Rammstein to know exactly what the fuck they're saying. Yeah, and these are also, like, overt Nazi slogans. Yeah. Ausländer raus was literally a Nazi chant.
I mean, this guy's literally doing the Hitler. Like, this is the literal Hitler. Like,
yeah, he's doing some literal Hitlerite particle shit. This guy is literally a radioactive beacon. He's like one of the glowing ones in Fallout for a ghoul. Like, he's one of the glowing one ghouls. For like Hitlerite particles, and he's just unleashing that, in the surrounding area within a 5-mile radius.
Sig Heiling while pointing to his mustache. Like, that is the Hitler.
I mean, he's not doing a full Sieg Heil. He's doing kind of like the fist in the air thing, which is more unanimous. So he's trying to basically do it as, like, clean as possible. He's doing it as legal as possible, basically. Because you can kind of get away with the fist pump. But, like, he's doing it in a way that's obviously meant to kind of resemble the Sieg Heil. I mean, you obviously can see what the fuck he's doing.
Dance move is called doing the Hitler.
Oh, well, okay, there you go. Yeah, just gotta give it the pause on the frame. Yeah, there we go.
These guests are at an exclusive club on the German island of Sylt. Each person is reported to have paid 150 euro for a ticket.
Yeah.
When right-wing slogans or even the criminal acts such as the Hitler salute becomes a pop culture, there's a lot wrong in the country, says Johannes Wagner, the German MP for the Greens.
Dude, fucking goddamn Hassan's German accent is actually good. Das ist gut, ja. Das ist gut.
With a Hitler mustache and champagne, and I thought it was such a phenomenon of the right-wing fringe. Apparently it's back in the fashion in the upper classes. It's disgusting.
It's disgusting. Nein! Das ist nicht gut.
The club has distanced itself from the incident and is taking legal action. Local police have confirmed that an investigation has been launched, and the video has caused alarm throughout the governing coalition, with even the Chancellor expressing his concern here.
Solche Parolen sind eklig. Sie sind nicht akzeptabel.
Maybe some background.
If you're akzeptabel, nein, das ist nicht gut, nein. Oh my goodness. Man, Germany, what is going on? Like, I mean, I do kind of wonder what's going on with Germany a little bit, because they've been having this, like, weird right-wing issue for a while, but is it really getting normalized, not just within, like, this weird, like, right-wing element of their working class, but also within, like, their upper class now? Because, I guess, Sylt, you know, this weird island. Where the fuck is this island, anyway? Like, what, in the, like, Pomeranian region or some shit? Like, Pomerania, or, like, whatever the fuck. Like, where the fuck would that be? Like, I mean, it's, like... I'm kind of like, because I don't even, like, where Germany have an island like this? So I've got like a little Google Maps I can find or something with this. I kind of don't want to fuck around with it too much. And I don't want to pop up my Google Maps myself, because I don't want it to pop up on my house. I don't want to accidentally dox myself, because I don't want to fuck at the screen too much. But I am wondering, it's like, where the fuck is this? Sylt? No, it's Sylt. Sylt. If Germany wants to tussle again, it didn't end well last time, although considering what weird sexual stuff developed because of that, I'm kind of afraid what our defeat will do. Just, you know, I don't know, like, just, I don't know, man, like, yeah, I don't know, bro. Like, because Germans are kinky, dude. It's off the west coast of Denmark. Oh, so it's in, like, what, Westphalia? Or some shit? It's kind of like, you know, where, you know, ancient, like, Friesa was, you know, or some shit. Like, you know, where Friesa was, you know, at one point. Where, like, the Frisians, or whatever. I kind of know what you're talking about. Yeah, geographically, I kind of understand where that is. So it's kind of near, like, you know, off the, you know, coast of where, like, you know, Holstein would be a little bit.
Basically like the Monaco of Germany, a place where all the rich people go for vacation and party. Yeah. Now, a lot of these...
Germany's Epstein. Germany's like St. James, dude.
A lot of these people, like the reason why this is big news in Germany is because this has been bubbling up for quite some time. And yes, like working class Germans with reactionary perspectives that are like AfD voters now, they've been saying shit like this. And everyone in Germany has kind of like looked down at that sentiment. But now that you got like...
Spot in Ostfriesland district, Schleswig-Holstein. Yeah, I figured. Ostfriesland Islands. North Frisian Islands. Hey, so... Hey, I was on the ball with that. Hey, so I know my shit. Yeah. As an American, I am glad that I know my fucking geography, alright? So I was on the ball with that.
Now that you got the rich people in Germany saying it, the rich liberals who are not AfD voters usually, making light of the situation and making these sorts of jokes, now it's a big problem. Now they're starting to recognize that, like, hold on, maybe this anti-immigrant sentiment, anti-refugee Islamophobic sentiment is...
I mean, honestly, one of these days, we should see if we could try to fuck around and do a GeoGuessr or something like that. Because that would be fun. Maybe we can, you know, see if we can, like, kind of guess where we are a little bit, you know, and shit. That'd be, like, guys, that'd be dope.
Is actually kind of...
I just need, you know, a way to do it where it's split screen, even if it is a little wonky.
running through parts of German society that previously would look down at such behavior.
Und darüber darf es kein Vertun geben. Und deshalb ist es auch richtig, dass all unsere Aktivitäten darauf gerichtet sind, genau zu verhindern, dass das eine Sache ist, die sich verbreitet.
Has gained notoriety in the German far-right scene. Gary, no, thank you for the 10 tier 1 gifted subs. One of the people who was there at the student was a student at my friend's university. They kicked her out of Lamau. Yeah.
Man, it's so fucking honestly strange that, like, obviously, like, neo-Nazi... I kind of think, like, the root of, like Nazistic fascism, I think, is kind of rooted itself in America and maybe Hungary a little bit. Because, like, an underbelly that I think people don't really notice as much is, like, Viktor Orban. But that dude has been kind of, like, a legit kind of, like, foundational structure of, like, you know, how, like, these fascist, like, groups and, you know, politicians can kind of move forward, you know, successfully. And a lot of these, you know, politicians, like the one in Italy, and some of these, you know, people that are leading, you know, these different groups, including in the GOP as well, like, you know, they've kind of been taking word from this guy a little bit. I mean, the dude has been in CPAC a few times, like, and shit. Like, and that guy doesn't really get as much recognition as he honestly should, because, like, that guy is genuinely, like, has helped build a foundation for a lot of this shit. Like, and unfortunately, Hungary has been kind of historically fascist because, like, they've helped the Nazis in World War II. Like, I mean, they've aided, you know, the Germans during World War I, and we're kind of, like, already, you know, teetering with that. There was I forgot his fucking name, but there was I mean, he was the fascist puppet of Germany, for Germany during the time, but I forgot his name during World War II. Fuck. But, like, I mean, Hungary's kind of, unfortunately, has had a back and forth struggle with this shit, and they're kind of like, it got this problem again. And it's basically, you know, like, it's starting to really boil a little bit, because honestly, like, one thing that a lot of these European nations tend to do, especially the UK, is that they kind of piggyback on a lot of the social political shit that's going on in the United States. Because we've been having this issue for a while, and now we're starting to see this boil up a little bit, you know, in Europe, you know, in their own ways, for sure, different, you know, from our own. But, you know, they're boiling up too there, you know, a few years after, you know, we started having our shit kind of boil up, and now we're starting to kind of have a fulcrum with it. You know, they haven't hit their fulcrum quite yet, but they're starting to really boil up right now. Like, they're at the point of, like, you know, the 2018-esque era, so to speak. Like, they're kind of leading up to their 2020 for, you know, aspect of, like, their rise of the right wing, so to speak. Like, you know, because, like, whatever happens usually with a lot of European politics seems to kind of piggyback off of whatever happens in America's politics a little bit, from what I've noticed. At least in modern politics, you know, maybe not so much in historically, but in more like the last 20, 25 years is what it seems to be. And that's kind of at least what I've noticed, is that, like, especially when it comes to the rise of the right, like, a lot of it does seem to kind of, like, piggyback off of, like, what, you know, the rise of the right with, you know, the United States. Every time I'm on Twitter and I see someone like, see what Israel doing is awful, then I'm like, they must care about Palestine chicks profile. Oh, wait, no, fuck, they're a Nazi. Yeah, that's, man, you gotta, like, this is why I'm just glad I don't got Twitter no more. I guess the foreshadowing being banned back in 2020 on Twitter is that I don't have to deal with Elon Musk's Twitter. So there's that. I'll kind of skip ahead. Is there more to it? I guess just kind of like a little extra little thing, but yeah. Don't want to get, you know, too slogged.
Obviously,
I don't want to get too slogged down on that. Though I do know that there was a little kill clip as well. Maybe I can find it. Maybe if I just, like, do this, we can find it here. I find it interesting that there's literally, like, these quote-unquote YouTube playables, and half of these are literally just games you can download out of the fucking Google Play Store or some shit. They basically just migrated half of their fucking games into this fucking shit. I find it very interesting. Alright, where's Kyle? Where's Kyle? The fuck is Kyle? There it is. There we go. Alright, ooh, that's something I want to actually look at, because this is actually pretty juicy a little bit. And, blah, 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 where is it? I know there was something about... Trump's shenanigans. Where was that? Is that back here further a little bit? Because I think Kyle talked about it, right? Okay, not that far back. Where would it be? Where would it be? Oh, right, here it is.
So,
like, this one girl popped in my timeline. She looked familiar. Turns out she's a fucking Tate fan. Although, in fairness, he did donate like $2,000 to Palestine, which I can't say levels his karma. But supposed to step in the right direction. Wait, Andrew Tate donated $200,000 to Palestine? You know what? Broken clock right twice a day. I'll give him the respect for that. It doesn't really, fix, anything. It doesn't really exactly absolve him of anything. But, you know what? I'll give him a pat on the back for that. I'll pat his little bald head. It's like, all right, that a boy. I'll pat his little bald head. He'd probably punch me for that, but I don't give a shit. It'd be worth it. Kind of an issue with the whole sex trafficking thing. Yeah, which he deserves to get punished for. And rightfully so. And I really hope that he had a Romanian Bubba. Have a little fun with him in the meantime. And I hope he has more of that. Anyway.
Trump honestly made a bold move here.
I did everything right and the Libertarian Party indicted me.
I did. I'm going to give a speech at the Libertarian National Convention. Now, the reason why that's bold is he's the Republican nominee. That's a different party. And also, libertarians have a reputation, for better or worse, for being ideological. Like, they actually believe in their positions and their...
I kind of feel like this is a little naive on Kyle's part. I don't want to pause it too much, but I want to lose pause here real quick, because, I mean, it's like, kind of, maybe if you talk to, like, a typical libertarian, like, on the street, like my dad, for example, sure, like, you'll find them to be pretty ideologically, principled, on their shit to an extent. But, like, when it comes to the actual Libertarian Party itself, not really. Like, some chapters are probably, pretty consistent with the idea, but you got some, like, the New Hampshire party of, the Libertarian Party of New Hampshire that are basically literally, a radioactive beacon of Hitlerite particles, like, and posting Nazi shit. So, I mean, some of these, at least, honestly, at best, some of these chapters of the Libertarian Party are unironically doing fascist shit. So... I think Kyle's maybe being a little naive with that, but that's just my opinion. But I mean, I don't know. I am willing to give him a little benefit of the doubt with that, I suppose. But I feel like there should at least be an asterisk to it.
Effective.
They aren't called libertarians for nothing. Well, exactly.
And they don't really tolerate deviating
Wait, it's like I donated a bunch of money to an orphanage. Yeah, but you still lit that guy's house on fire.
From their policy preferences, much, if at all, right? Now, by the way, I actually happen to think that's an admirable quality. That's why when you...
All right, hold on. Okay. I know Kyle just does these warm-up fucking prelude fucking shit. Yeah, we get it. Anyway, I get to the things. I wish you would full screen this shit for fuck's sake, but whatever.
I'm telling them what they wanted to hear, but then at certain moments he would snap. All right, let's dive in. I got plenty of videos here for you.
Now I think you should nominate me or at least vote for me, and we should win together.
Dude, I hear a few cheers, but there's a lot of booing. Oh my god. Oh man, he's trying to do this like... dude, he's trying to do the Unified Party thing, like the Uniparty thing. It's sort of like, let's all come together in one big umbrella party. It would be tremendous, let me just tell you, folks. He's trying to do that. There's a few people that are like, yeah, woo. But there's a lot of boos, too. I love his face. Oh, my God. Hold on. Let's see if we can... Hold on. Let's bump this shit. Advance.
At least vote for me, and we should win together.
right there. Someone screen cap this right now and make that a fucking emote right now. Oh my god, that is beautiful. Oh my god, right there. Oh my god. Oh my god. That is excelente. I can't zoom in further than this, but oh my god. Dude, he's trying to like you have like this look of like confidence, but you know he's mad. Why was he even invited? I think he just showed up. I think he just like I honestly think he just decided to show up. It's like, I'm showing up, you can't do anything to stop me. And they're like, oh, okay. Put him up there, I suppose. You're capped at 180. Well, I mean, okay, whatever.
Look at him.
I mean, you know what? Just go to the video itself. I mean, it's a Kyle video, so just go to the video itself, zoom in on that bad boy, and make an emote out of it.
You heard those words. Nominate me or vote. Vote for me.
Vote for me, German.
Vote for me, and most of them will. And it's very important.
All right, they weren't too happy with that. More. Here we go. I think this is where he snapped.
Oh my god.
That is why I'm
Dude, he is so red. He went from orange to looking like a blood orange red. Oh my god. Well, the quality on this is so different. And hey, by the way, it is bumped up for me at least. I mean, look. Crisp related posts. Crisp. Trump stops in the nation's capital. Oh my god.
To you tonight that I will put a libertarian in my cabinet and also libertarians in senior posts.
Woo! I love that little woo! Dude, can we go back? I love that little woo! Dude, that was kind of pathetic for a little woo, dude.
Libertarians in senior posts.
Woo! Dude, I love it. Oh my god. Holy shit. What a panderer. Oh my god. Oh my god, it's beautiful, dude. I mean, you know, I feel like there's a lot more of a mixed, you know, cheering and booing going on. Like, there are some more people going, yay, you're pandering to us. And then there are some people that are like, fuck you anyway, boo. So, I mean, it's a little bit more mixed with this one, I think. Do you acknowledge my existence? Oh, yeah, ooh, yeah.
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Pretty good. That's pretty
That's
good.
pretty big. Or you can keep going the way you have for the last long decades and get your 3% and meet again, get another 3%. No.
By the way, that's a line he kept coming back to. When he was pissed off, that's the line he would repeat. Or, hey, maybe you want to win, but some of you, maybe you don't want to win. I don't know. Maybe you don't want to win.
Maybe you just want the 3%.
This election, and then 4 years later, another 3%. Or you can win.
You can win with me.
All right, I got another one on this, I think.
You libertarians, you will be able to win with me. All you have to do is just bow to me as I pander to thee. I did everything right, and you all have indicted me.
You want to win. Maybe you don't want to win.
Maybe y'all don't want to win. It's very sad, I know. Y'all must use me to win. The RNC understands, but y'all wanted to do everything wrong and indict me as I do everything right. Very sad. Y'all want your 3%. Not just a 1 and a 2, but the 3%. Very sad. You know, must be desperate.
Don't want to win. Thank you, D-Roy.
Oh my god, you know what? I kind of love Trump a little bit for this. I mean, because he is kind of like, you know, clapping a little, and I kind of like it. I kind of like this back and forth. I mean, just because it on one hand, it shows his desperation, and at the same time, it also just shows that, like, the Libertarian Party, I suppose, isn't, like, that, like, off the charts. I mean, some of them are. You know, a good chunk of them are, but not all of them. You know, I think some of them are there for, like, you know, fiscal conservatism, but every queer, who cares? You know, kind of positions. I mean, it's, I don't know. I mean, it's like, this seems certainly very mixed. But at the end of the day, I kind of like it. Because, I mean, it's not his typical crowd. Like, this ain't his usual crowd, so he's going to have to, like, kind of work with it a little bit. Might be idealistic, but not exactly principled. You know, honestly, to Cal's to Cal's point initially at the beginning of the video, I honestly think that's probably the better word that I would use, you know, for what he was saying about the Libertarian Party. They're idealistic. They're not exactly principled, but yeah, they honestly are idealistic. Like, regardless of whatever Libertarian you talk to, you know, they are idealistic. And honestly, I'll at least grant this, they are principled in their idealism, whatever that might be. I mean, for, I would say at least a good chunk of them. Port should be a Keynesism. Port. We got the port here. Dude, it really is. Dude, oh my god, that was a fucking Keynesism. Holy shit. Oh my god. Dude, you're right. That is a Keynesism. Shit. Damn. Well, we got a soundbite. I just made a point, you know, in a Keynesism format, you know, for a soundbite. It would be perfect. Port. I'll just say it a few more times just so y'all can have, you know, different, you know, takes for a soundbite. Port. 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 A port. Get to the port already. Get to the port already with the situation. You got a few takes there. So anyone want to, you know, use sound bites for Discord servers, have at it, Haas. Just let me know, you know, that they've been used and I'll be happy. Spam mode engaged. You better not be spamming me. Don't be doing that. Why are you doing that? You have no way to do a video call or anything. So what the fuck are you doing that for? We're not on Instagram, ho.
Thank you. No, only do that if you want to win. If you want to lose, don't do that. Keep getting your 3% every 4 years.
So, by the way, look, I actually think this is a very complex, difficult political question, right? Because on the one hand, I absolutely understand where the libertarians are coming from. They're just like, look, you don't represent us. You don't represent our ideology. You don't represent our policy positions. No matter how much you get up in front of us now and bullshit and pretend like you're with us, you're not with us. We saw how you governed for 4 years.
Not answering my question. I haven't seen that video yet. I was going to save it for doing this, for segments. Swear to what we're watching. I know what you're talking about. I was saving it for this.
Plain and simple. Plain and simple.
God, you have no concept of patience, my guy.
That's one argument, and that argument has a lot of merit. The other argument, look, this makes sense to one extent or another, too. The argument is, if this is even a semi...
You know what? I just realized something. Oh my god, the fucking... Dude, the screen cap of Kyle. Dude. Is Kyle getting orange himself? Did he... Dude, he's got the orange raccoon shit that Trump... Yo. Bruh. He's orange. Look at him. He's orange. Kyle's orange. What the fuck? Oh my god, he's going queer on us too. Holy shit, look at that. Look at that. Oh, yo! Oh, yo! Gray hairs. Oh, gray hair spotted. Natural gray hair spotted. Oh, dude, he's got the silver. Oh, daddy, hello. Oh, shit, okay. The orange can go away, but, yo, like, what, yo, what's going on here? Yeah, hello, sir. Hello, Pimp Daddy.
Genuine olive branch. Then libertarians will have some amount of sway in the room that they didn't have the last time he was president. If he's saying, hey, I'll appoint libertarians in this position and that position and this position, and there's a libertarian voice in the room when it comes time to making decisions, then you are more likely, no matter how tiny the percentage is, you are more likely to get more wins for the libertarian perspective.
If you had go-to, it look like the guy Guerreri. I mean, he kind of does, but it's not the same go-to that Guy Fieri does. If he had a Guy Fieri style goatee, that would be true. He kind of does, but it's kind of like a little bit more of like the kind of thin chin strap goatee. I mean, from what I understand, he's always had like kind of the scruff thing. I kind of feel like I would have the Kyle thing going on, to be honest. When it comes to my facial hair a little bit, I feel like this is going to be my thing, which will make me sad because I kind of want a General Custer thing going on here. Not gonna lie.
Right? And he does go down his list of here are my positions where I am pretty libertarian. He goes down his list on a lot of, for a lot of those in the speech. And on some of them, it's like, yeah, okay, that's true. Look, libertarians love tax cuts and they love deregulation. Well, Trump delivered on tax cuts and deregulation. To be fair, the tax cuts were mostly pointed at the rich. Libertarians.
Okay, cool. Good for you, Kyle. More clips. Okay, he talks for a long time. Holy God. Oh, now he puts things on full screen.
Mentioned war. Now let's get to that portion of the speech because I find this really interesting. Here we go.
And I am proud to be the only president in 70 years who started no new wars.
Huh? I guess that might technically be true, but he didn't really do anything to stop them outside of Afghanistan. They were kind of leaving that out. Like, there was, like, what? Fucking, like, 7 direct wars that were involved in, and you only pulled out of one, barely, and Biden finished off the rest of it under your, scheduling and all that shit. Like, excuse me, my dude? You want to clarify that point there, buddy? You also dropped the Moab in fucking Afghanistan on, like, abandoned CIA tunnels when the Mujahideen were using it back in the fucking 80s. So, I mean, I don't know, like,
I took on the...
So you get some cheers and some not so much.
Military-industrial complex.
Escalation in Gaza. Well, so does Biden. I mean, that's not really that much of a point. I mean, Biden and Trump support that shit. Increased session of Iran. Yeah, I mean, that's just like a geopolitical problem with, fundamentally across the board going on there at this rate. Like, the United States government fundamentally is escalating when it comes to Gaza and, Palestine, when it comes to Iran, when it comes to that broader region. I just honestly think, yeah, Trump would definitely be a lot more blunt and just open and blatant about it. He's an anti-war at all. Exactly. I mean, none of the duopoly is never going to be anti-war. I mean, they never were. And they never are going to be. Like, I mean, if the military-industrial complex, makes a shitload of fucking money off of this shit, I mean, like, why would they be against it? I mean, Smedley Butler was, like, one of the, major motherfuckers that, and, like, called this shit out way back in the goddamn fucking 30s. I mean, The Wars of Iraq is a, very short but really good book to read. Actually, you could probably read it within an hour, give or take. It's not that long.
On neocons and warmongers on the Republican Party.
That's rich coming from you, you fascist.
Instead of war, I made peace in the Middle East, something nobody thought was possible, and dealt with Kim Jong-un of North Korea, where a nuclear war was guaranteed to start.
Because you said, I'm going to unleash fire and fury on Kim Jong-un, Rocket Man, as I like to call him. Oh my God, he is leaving so much bullshit out that the fucking lie. Oh my God. Ugh. I mean, it's one thing to have to deal with Biden's lies and shit, but this is also just ridiculous and redonkulous. I'm actually having to remind myself about, like, all this bullshit lies that he said. He was writing them love letters. Yeah, like, at first, he was like, oh, fire fury, but once they started actually talking, he was sucking his cock. He was sucking his little Kim Jong-un mushroom Korean dick, I guess. I don't know. Like, mushroom orange man dick to mushroom Korean dick. Like, they're going to enjoy each other and fondle each other and, take their little, like, fungi nuts, in their mouths and shit, because what else are they going to do as dictator fascists?
Period of time.
A nuclear war was guaranteed to start in a very short period of time if it wasn't for him. Okay. So look, why is there a mixed reaction there? He's saying the thing that they want to hear, right? Because libertarians are anti-war. He's saying the thing they want to hear. But I think most of them know he's full of shit. So he increased
because he is full of shit.
Strikes over 400% when he was president. This is something people rightly hit Obama for, because 90% of the time they killed the wrong people with drone strikes. He increased Obama's numbers over 400%. He said he was going to get us out of Iraq and Afghanistan. He didn't get us out of Iraq and Afghanistan. He assassinated a top Iranian commander who was in the field fighting ISIS. That's General Soleimani. So he was acting as the de facto ISIS Air Force in that instance.
And honestly, that could technically be a declaration of war, and frankly, Iran at least had enough chutzpah to understand that that would be a very major grave mistake. And honestly, all things considered, it's, at this rate, I'm honestly kind of have to commend, like, Iran for being at least, like, legit patient as fuck, considering, the instigations over and over and over again by the United States and Israel against their country. And it's like, and they, and honestly, they got their own problems as a government when it comes to their own people not exactly liking them at all and being very rebellious, and having these, uprisings and protests and shit every now and then, every so often. It's like, they're already kind of reaching like kind of a teetering point with that as it is. And it's like, so, I mean, they're basically trying to egg on some justification to try to keep, like the Ayatollah in power, and also, instigate a war to pretty much rabble-rouse, the people into like some weird patriotic jingo and shit. Which for Iran, I don't know if it necessarily would work, because like, they seem to not really see that as a really good idea, because if anything, I'm pretty sure the Iranian people would not really be happy about that. Because that's probably why they're withholding it, because they know that whole like weird patriotic jingo shit probably wouldn't work. Which, honestly, good. Like, if that really is their judgment call, then I'm glad that they're making it. Like, because Israel seems to not give a fuck. And if anything, like, a lot of the Israeli population, like, I read up about a poll when it came to, like, the ICJ and the ICC, like, condemning, Netanyahu having these warrants out for him and all this other shit, and, with all that been going on, it's basically, like, 94% of, like, Israelis, in a poll has basically been said to, like, yeah, they're, either they think, shit is going all hunky-dory when it comes to what's going on in Gaza and Rafah right now, or they're not going far enough. So it's like, I mean, their entire population and the whole government is pretty much, like, gone to the point where they're getting to, be irredeemable because they're getting to the point of bloodthirsty fucking fanaticism of literal savage insanity. And it's like, I mean, it's to the point where it's like, how in the fuck, can, like, anyone defend that? I mean, it's kind of hard to try to, like, like, challenge that, too, to an extent, with how much of a work state that is, because any way to try to quell that, they're just going to lash out and fucking unleash their claws on everything. Because they don't give a fuck. They will kill anyone and anything that stands in their fucking way when it comes to their bloodthirsty fanaticism that's going on at this point.
Libertarians don't like that. He tried to coup Venezuela. Libertarians don't like that.
Anyway, here, okay, yeah, good for you. Anyway, skip to more some other clips on this. Not that I don't like, Kyle's commentary, but we're not really here for all of his commentary. A little bit of it, but not all of it.
They know this stuff, or they know some of it. And so they know he's full of shit. All right, I'm still not done yet, though. I'm still not done yet.
I will also immediately end the humanitarian disaster on our southern border. We will end it quickly. You cannot have capitalism and also have open borders, because you will soon be turned into a socialist nation. Then, of course...
What the hell? What? How's that even work? What does that even mean? What? What does that even mean? I don't even understand that. What? Does that even make sense to anyone? Can anyone honestly actually explain that? Because I don't even know. You can't have capitalism and open borders, then you'll become a socialist nation. Well, what the fuck does that mean? I don't even understand that. Does he realize that there were, like, quote-unquote socialist nations that had, like, pretty restrictive borders? Does he not know that? What the fuck is he saying? What does that mean? I don't even know. Oh my god, oh my god, dude, what the fuck? He's just saying random shit. He's just saying buzzwords. Than he is at his MAGA rallies. I think it's because he's actually having to have his brain, like, kind of challenged and rejuvenated a little bit. I think it's because, he has to actually kind of work the crowd up. He's actually having to, like, work for his money, so to speak. Right? Like, I think he's actually having to try to genuinely, like, woo the crowd over, and it's not really working that well. I think I think that's what's going on here. Like, honestly, because, yeah, at his typical rallies, he's all just kind of, like, going all over the place because he could just say whatever he wants, and his crowd is just going to go, woo! for the most part, so, I mean, they don't really have the same energy as they used to anymore, but I think that's also part of the reason why he's, coming here, because he wants that energy, he, feeds off of that, and whether it's negative or positive or a mixture of in between, which he's getting here, to be fair, like, he feeds off of that, and that's what he wants. I think that's why he's here to be, to honestly, if I kind of want to psychoanalyze, Trump a little bit, I think that's why. He feeds off that attention and energy, regardless if it's negative or positive. And he's not getting enough of it in his typical rallies, and I think that's why he went here, is to maybe, like, bleed off some libertarian voters in the general election, but also at the same time just to feed off the attention. Because he's an attention whore. He always has been, Like, I mean, it's not really hard to psychoanalyze this fuck. I mean, honestly, there could at least be a multitude of reasons, but I think that might be the main reason why he, went to this. But, I mean, obviously, it's all politics, to an extent, but I think there is, like, a legit personal reason why he did. And I think that might be it.
And finally, you will be a failed nation. A
failed nation? Bitch, does he not realize that this country was really made and built and, made by immigrants, basically, throughout its entire existence? I mean, for good, bad, or otherwise. I mean, like, does he not realize that? And mostly good, honestly. Like, this country would be, what it is without the immigrant coming here to, make it what it is. Like, I mean, we wouldn't be what we are now if it wasn't for the immigrant. Like, and I say that in a sense because it doesn't matter who or where they come from in their creed or background and all this other shit. It's just literally, like, one of those things where, like, I mean, it's just a historical fact that America was founded and built off this shit. And, like, I mean, and always has historically throughout its entire fucking existence. Like, the first, restriction on immigration was against the Chinese because, like, the first, it was like the Chinese Exclusion Act, I think. It was first done against predominantly Chinese women and others, predominantly because, they didn't necessarily offer much to the economy and were seen as, like, harlots that, men would be wooed over and opiate dens, to fuck and all sort of shit. But then eventually went to just Chinese and Asians and the Orient across the board, with another, piece of legislation, a little bit later down the line in the 1800s. And a lot of that was because of the fear-mongering of, like, heroin dens and opium dens and, like, Chinese men fucking your women and, the men cheating on the wives with, some Chinese, whore or some shit at the den or whatever. Like, it would be shit like that. Like, and honestly, when you start realizing and, like, put those analogies and parallels to fucking today, it really ain't that much fucking different. Like, this shit has been, around when it comes to the xenophobia for, it's taken a different face and a different idea of what the hell it is, for a long time, for fucking generations now. But it's always, been down to the same root because of fear-mongering and, and oppression. Because a lot of these people were just coming here for a better opportunity. And, yeah, they brought a lot of their culture over. And sometimes, yeah, maybe there's, like, some heroin dens, or maybe there's, like, elements of drugs or a little bit of, like, vice, that happens occasionally that in their culture. But you know what? So what? I mean, there's a lot of fun vice when it comes to, like, like, when it comes to a lot of cultures, to be honest. Like, I mean, so what? Is that really that big of a problem? Sure, probably a good idea to regulate it, but not, I mean, the idea in itself ain't a problem. I want Biden and Trump to get in hell in a cell. Unironically, I would love that. But honestly, I'm just going to be honest, I think Trump might win. I mean, if it came to a hell in a cell match, dude, Biden would have like a seizure and have like a heart failure and die. Like, Trump might, be winded and, like, literally shit his pants and you'll see, like, shit stains all over the fucking mat or whatever. But I think he might at least still make it. So, I mean, on one hand, I want to see that, but on the other hand, nah.
Crisis, which we will do immediately. We will save freedom, prosperity, and capitalism in America.
So there were a lot of boos after that line, after his line on the border. Now, go back and listen, a lot of boos. In fact, probably more than almost any other time. Why? Why were there so many boos when he's talking about the border? Look, I don't know how many of you guys know this, but the actual true libertarian perspective on the border is we want open borders. I'm not kidding. That's the
I mean, that's kind of more of like a lefty position. I don't know. Like, I mean, that's kind of a little mixed. I mean, it's like, What libertarians does Kyle talk to, honestly? Because I honestly haven't heard that from, like, libertarian-ass people, honestly. I know my dad doesn't believe in that. Trump's cheeseburger away from diabetes. He probably already has diabetes. No way. Either of them will survive. Also, Biden is more fit than Trump, too. Somehow manages his bike. But he also falls off the bike. He doesn't really got exactly a good sense of balance. Trump has his own exercise since the 80s, if that. Yeah. But he's also been in, like, the WWE and actually, like, punch people and shit. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know, man. Wait, hold on. What happened to Venom? An old man tried to accost you at Walmart, called you a piece of shit, and threatened to assault you over a shopping cart? Why? Why, though? Fuck that old piece of entitled fucking old boomer shit. Dude, I hate these old boomer fat fucks that are just like, I'm entitled to whatever the fuck I want because I worked hard for a living, unlike you lazy fuck. It's like, no, fuck off. Dude, I had this motherfucker, a couple weeks ago. Like, because, God fuck forbid that the meat counter is closed. It's like, fuck off. Oh my god. Holy shit. Man, I hate these motherfuckers, dude. They're the most detestable fucks that, I've ever goddamn fucking had to deal with. I fucking loathe those fucking people. Like, I don't really, I don't really got an issue with boomers, broadly. I, have a problem with, like, these entitled, fucking selfish piece of shit fucks that think they're holier than thou, and they want everything fucking handheld to them with a fucking, little lollipop silver spoon in their fucking mouth and shit because, they were high once because all the youngers are too lazy because they're all a bunch of woke little queers or whatever. It's like, go fuck yourself, you pissant piece of shit. Ugh. Like, those are the boomers I fucking loathe. Because I left the cart next to the return instead of in the return. So what? Like, who gives a fuck? Dude. Like, honestly, I'm not even kidding. Who cares? Oh, so you didn't exactly leave it right in the cart return, but you left it right next to it. Well, there's, the courtesy clerks at stores that collect them anyway. And honestly, like, as long as it's not, like, in a parking lot or out in the open or whatever, but at least next to it or in it, that's fine. Like, I mean, that's not a problem. What? Oh, dude, fuck that piece of shit, dude. What a scumbag. The return was full. Well, if it was full, that makes sense. Just put it right next to it. And, a cart collector will come pick it up, with that whole haul of carts. What do you want? Nothing you can do about it. Didn't want to walk across this scorching hot parking lot to the other one. Makes sense. Just leave it there, and there you go. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, you are literally not in the wrong whatsoever. That absolutely is logically makes sense. But hold on. He walked up and weirded me up like he was going to punch me, and he stopped when he saw I had a knife in my hand. Got real quiet, moved away quickly. Well, hey, it's like, if you want a peaceful resolution, you got to, like, get a, peaceful strap on you, you know what I'm saying? Because if someone wants to fuck around and find out, you gotta have, like, the peace strap, to let them know. Be like, nah, don't fuck around. Told him to get fucked, boomer. Good. Yeah, good on you, man. I'm gonna smoke this bowl, in your honor on that one. Good on you, motherfucker. Hell yeah. I think we're done with this little cow clip, to be honest. Yeah. I know I wanted to see another one over here. Where was it? I know it was one of the newer ones, right? Oh yeah, it was this one here.
So this right here that I'm about to share with you is super powerful, man. There was
We're just gonna go on a Kyle binge here because there's also another clip I want to see after this.
a young Iraq War veteran who passed away, and he wrote his last letter to George W. Bush and Dick Cheney. And man,
Do you look like a nerd from the 50s as an old man? Last thing I said before Joe how was getting shoved in the lockers in high school, boomer. Oh, this one pissed me off. Oh, well, I know you want me to bring this one up.
he really laid it all out there for them. He laid it all out there. He torches Bush and Cheney in his dying letter. So this is the guy right here. His name is...
Dude, what a G. Dude, looks like a fucking... You know, dude, he looks like one of the guys that works at a dispensary that I go to sometimes. It's like a little stoner bro. The guy that I know is not a vet, but, like, he kind of, looks like him a little bit. And also I know a vet, that served in the Iraq War, too. And, probably would have a lot of harsh words to say about, Bush and Cheney himself. Looks like Hooter to me. Yeah, he kind of does, too. Yeah.
Thomas Young. I think that's his wife with him here. Let me read
who
the
else
letter
would
to you, and you'll see. Thomas addressed his last letter to former President George W. Bush and Vice President Dick Cheney. Thomas was close to death and wanted to speak out forcefully before he passed away. Thomas Young joined the Army 2 days after September 11, 2001, and he was shot and paralyzed after serving only 5 days in Iraq in 2004. He was the...
Jesus, first tour and not even a week in, and he got fucking wounded and paralyzed. Jesus Christ. Dude, what a fucking roll the dice that had to be, dude. What the fuck, man?
The powerful 2007 documentary Body of War with a soundtrack that included Pearl Jam, Rage Against the Machine, and Bruce Springsteen, and since then his health has worsened and he is currently under hospice care. Here's the last letter. To George W. Bush and Dick Cheney from Thomas Young. I write this letter on the 10th anniversary of the Iraq War on behalf of my fellow Iraq War veterans. I write this letter on behalf of the 4,488 soldiers and Marines who died in Iraq. I write this letter on behalf of the hundreds of thousands of veterans who have been wounded and on behalf of those whose wounds, physical and psychological, have destroyed their lives. I am one of those gravely wounded. I was paralyzed in an insurgent ambush in 2004 in Sadr City. My life is coming to an end. I'm living under hospice care. I write this letter on behalf of husbands and wives who have lost spouses, on behalf of children who have lost a parent, on behalf of the fathers and mothers who have lost sons and daughters, and on behalf of those who care for the many thousands of my fellow veterans who have brain injuries. I write this letter on behalf of those veterans whose trauma and self-revulsion for what they have witnessed, endured, and done in Iraq have led to suicide, and on behalf of the active duty soldiers and Marines who commit, on average, a suicide a day. I write this letter on behalf of the some 1 million Iraqi dead, and on behalf of the countless Iraqi wounded. I write this letter on behalf of us all, the human detritus your war has left behind, those who will spend their lives in unending pain and grief. I write this letter, my last letter, to you, Mr. Bush and Mr. Cheney. I write not because I think you grasp the terrible human and moral consequences of your lies, manipulation, and thirst for wealth and power. I write this letter because before my own death, I want to make it clear that I and hundreds of thousands of my fellow veterans, along with millions of my fellow citizens, along with hundreds of millions more in Iraq and the Middle East, know fully who you are and what you have done.
I gotta pause for a sec. Fuck. Gotta pause it for a minute. Jesus, dude. Fuck. I should have showed this to my buddy. Next time I see him, I'm gonna have to show this to him, I think. God damn, dude. It's not even over. I don't even think it's like halfway through, too, either, dude. Fuck. Just gotta say, that shit was a fucking gut punch. Fuck.
Evade justice, but in our eyes, you are each guilty of egregious war crimes, of plunder, and finally, of murder, including the murder of thousands of young Americans, my fellow veterans, whose future you stole. Your position of authority, your millions of dollars of personal wealth, your public relations consultants, your privilege and your power cannot mask the hollowness of your character. You sent us to fight and die in Iraq after you, Mr. Cheney, dodged the draft in Vietnam, and you, Mr. Bush, went AWOL from your National Guard unit. Your cowardice and selfishness were established decades ago. You were not willing to risk yourselves for our nation, but you sent hundreds of thousands of young men and women to be sacrificed in a senseless war with no more thought than it takes to put out the garbage. He says he joined 2 days after the 9/11 attack. I joined the Army because our country had been attacked. And he goes on to point out the geopolitical realities. It installed a brutal and corrupt...
We kind of skipped around a little bit. Hold on. Wait, where did he fucking... I did something different. Well, go back to the fucking thing, dude. There we go.
Wall from
I guess that was the end of that whole thing.
Cowardice and selfish.
Okay, I get it. Okay, that was just the end of that specific thread. All right.
He joined 2 days after the 9/11 attack.
Joined the Army because our country had been attacked. I wanted to strike back. Here, I guess he kind of skipped a lot. So I'll just read a lot of it. I just wanted to strike back at those who killed some 3,000 of my fellow citizens. I didn't join the Army to go to Iraq, a country that had no part in September 1, 2011, or 2001 attacks, and did not pose a threat to its neighbors, much less in the United States. I did not join the Army to liberate Iraq and to shut down mythical weapons of mass destruction facilities or implant what you cynically call democracy in Baghdad and the Middle East. I then joined the Army to rebuild Iraq, which at the time you told us would be paid by Iraq's oil revenues. Instead, this war is costing the United States over $3 trillion. I especially didn't join the Army to carry out preemptive war. Preemptive war is illegal under international law and is social in Iraq. I was and now know and embedding your idiocy and your crimes. The Iraq war was the largest.
I joined the Army because our country had been attacked. And
oh shit! Okay. Well, fucking hell. Hold on. Let me see if I can just skip like a second back. Just 1 second. Come on. There we go.
I joined the Army because our country had been attacked. And
well, okay, whatever. I guess we can't read that little chunk. Iraq War was the largest strategic blunder in U.S. history and obliterated the power to balance millions and installed a corrupt and brutal pro-Iranian government in Baghdad. One cemented in power for the use of torture, death squads of terror, and it left Iran as the dominant force in the region. On every level, moral, strategic, military, and economic, Iraq was a failure, and it was you, Mr. Bush and Mr. Cheney, who started this war. It was you who should pay the consequences.
He goes on.
And now this little piece of shit are trying to reform Bush. Yeah, you can cover a turd in hot fudge, but it's still a piece of shit. Yeah, exactly. And, I would like to know what they would have to say, for a person like this. And for, veterans that, like one of my friends who are fucking homeless, that this guy, wrote for too. It's just like, it's like, I wonder what they would have to say, to their fucking face over this shit. Like what, they got some fucking failing on their part?
To point out the geopolitical realities. It installed a brutal and corrupt pro-Iranian government in Baghdad, one cemented in power through the use of torture, death squads, and terror, and it has left Iran as the dominant force in the region on every level, moral, strategic, military, and economic. Iraq was a failure, and it was you, Mr. Bush and Mr. Cheney, who started this war. It is you who should pay the consequences. I won't go through the whole thing here, but it's a deep level. It's a deep letter, and it's touching on many levels, and it really exposes what the reality of the situation was and how our soldiers are some of the first ones that woke up to it. Mike Preisner also comes to mind. That's the husband of Abby Martin, and he was part of the War on Terror, and he had a massive awakening moment, and he came to...
I think about my friend, Armando, because, he was a part of the Iraq War, and, to see, pretty much what not just this country, but, what the system and, pretty much, everything around him is, done to pretty much, fucking lead him to a point of like where he's homeless and shit. It's just like a testament to what Bush has done, and like what these elite fucks and these war profiteering piece of shit have done to fucking like rob a fucking life out of people, and like rob a fucking dignity and fucking humanity out of like these people and shit. And the things that some of the stories that directly and indirectly I've heard about, like like Amano's time in the service and shit, is it's pretty fucking wild. Like, I mean, and for fucking what? Like, I mean, like like having some of this humanity probably just at the end of the day fucking robbed over this shit. Because of like what, some bourgeois far right war profiteering piece of shit fascist war that not only killed millions, but fucking like robbed the lives of hundreds of thousands of people and millions of others besides, probably.
Lies. Hold on now. In this instance, I'm the terrorist. I'm the baddie. I'm the one doing things.
Would you eat a chocolate-covered George W. Bush? Yes. Well, you're a trooper then. A Starship Trooper? Damn lava. Oh my god, you're all just having a little fun over there, aren't you? I guess kind of Kyle goes back and forth, with his own little takes. Ugh. Fuck. Well, I didn't realize how much that would hit me in the fucking feels, dude. I mean, honestly, I fuck. That hit me. At least a little something that's a little more lighthearted, I suppose. Ugh. Damn. Ugh. Fuck, dude. Man, I know there's an alternate reality where I probably went off and served in, in the service, and I'm just so fucking glad I never did that. Because in high school, I was really kind of like teeter-tottering about that idea. Honestly, what really dissuaded me was like when me and my mom decided to go to the recruitment center for the USMC, and my mom just happened to mention that I was autistic and, brought that up, and the recruiter was like, well, because of that actually would probably not be a good idea, and that might even disqualify him. I mean, he could probably work in, like, the Navy, National Guard, Air Force, something else, but, like, not with the USMC. He might not be able to handle the broader stresses and the things that would come from that. And I was just like, thank you. I was kind of, like, almost, like, thank you a little bit, because I was kind of, like, wanting to kind of find it out, to kind of have an excuse. And I'm glad I did, honestly, at that point. Because, fuck, I mean, when he told my mom that, I was just like, well, Mom, that's a wrap. Couldn't handle combat. Well, I guess in hindsight, well, I don't fucking know. I don't want to know, to be honest. Can't handle combat, then he goes to protests. Well, yeah. I mean, well, yeah, like, that's the thing. You want to pass the P test so you're good? That too. Well, the thing is, if I graduated high school and I decided to go to the service, I wouldn't be a stoner. Well, if I was, it would be afterwards. So, I mean, I'd probably be a late bloomer when it comes to things like that. And honestly, you all probably would not fucking know me at all. Like, I might have, like, a social media aspect of myself a little bit, but it'd be way different than it is now. I'd say that much. An alternate reality Ignar where I joined the service, in one way, shape, or form would be a way different motherfucker. I will admit, I mean, I'm being kind of toned up, though. I will admit, it'd be a sexy variation of me, I would admit, but, I'm kind of glad I didn't go that route. Because, hey, I'm a sexy one here in this, timeline, too, so. You wouldn't pass backtail tests? Fascist Ignar will also be interesting. Well, the thing is, if I joined a service, I don't think I'd be a fascist. I still think I'd be a leftist, but I mean, I think, honestly, in a way, I think I'd be radicalized, with my leftism, but just in a different way. I'd just become like one of the vets who gets disenfranchised and becomes a lefty in that way. And have, like, kind of that extra perk of that, I suppose. So, I don't know. Because I do see a lot of vets, in like at these protests and shit. So, and I mean, when I was at the PSU Palestine protest, when the first time I was there, I saw some Vietnam War vets, and I asked them, it's like, were you guys at like the civil rights protest back in the day? And they're like, yep. Because it was, two old guys, and they were wearing their Vietnam War vet hats, and, and they were just close friends that, been around, and served during that time. I'm assuming they probably served together, and shit. So it's just like, I mean, I was honestly so proud of that. It's like, man, they're still kind of hanging out on the sidelines and doing their thing and shit, but it's like, man, I'm so glad that they, stuck with it to today, to the very end, so to speak. I love that shit. They think fascist ignores gay for Nick. Yes. Because, look, I'll admit, if Nick wasn't, like, a fascist Nazi weirdo fuck, like, I would probably fuck that little twink. I mean, I will admit, I will not let him dom me, but I would definitely, make sure that, he knows his place and is a good little boy. Okay, so shut the fuck up, Venom. Stop it. Don't enable this shit. Okay? I just came back from FurryCon, okay? I'm already, like, got a little bit of a little ooh-woo vibe going on here, alright? Stop it.
Brianna Joy Gray really got into it with her co-host Robbie over on the show. Rising. Looks like there's been some bubbling resentment underneath the surface for quite a while here. Certainly appears like that as an outsider looking in on this. But this moment here went viral because Brianna's fed up, and then Robbie in turn is even more fed up, and he tries to cut the break, but the argument goes on. But this is a masterclass in deconstructing right-wing garbage. Let's watch.
I mean, I will admit, I don't really got like the greatest feelings for Brianna, Joy Gray or whatever. But I don't know. I think, she could be correct on some issues and shit. I mean, I just kind of, because I know some people have, like, an animosity about her for some reason or another. I don't really get it. I don't know. Every time I happen to see a clip of her, she seems to be pretty correct on the issues, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I do remember being, like, some kind of hoopla with, like, her and Voosh at one point or some shit. So, I don't really fucking know. But either way, I think for me, honestly, I do think this is kind of like a base moment for Brianna. She slipped Hillary questions. Slipped Hillary questions? Huh? In a debate back in 2016. So, what? So she was like a former DNC staffer or something? But then, like, I guess, like, got disenfranchised from that. That's, because again, I don't really know too. I thought she was like a Bernie staffer. That might be what people hate her for. I don't know. I don't really know that much about her. I've just heard her in the zeitgeist. I am familiar about her. I've seen her in different clips and shit like that. Most of the time, I do kind of agree with her, honestly, but sometimes I'll be like, but I don't know. I mean, for the most part, I'd say I respect her as a commentator, but I just don't know that much about her. Who the fuck is this nerd? Who's this dork? Is that her, like, right-wing, like, commentator on the other side, so to speak? Is that the other dude? Like, cause, oh my god, wow, what a fucking nerd, dude. Oh my lord. I was listening to this at work earlier. I didn't actually watch it, but oh my god. Wow, what a gem. Holy fuck, he looks like some 1950s scientist engineer dork who actually gets bullied by all the other fucking side. Oh my god, he does look like Dilbert! You know what, that's even better! Dude, he looks like Dilbert! Dude, that's even better, dude! Oh my god. Holy shit, that's even better, bro. I love it.
I just feel like the Democratic Party is actually trying to get their votes.
You heard Joe Biden. He put ads out saying Nikki Haley voters come to me. He put an ad out saying
policies that they support. The Democratic Party has moved
his border
far.
Oh my god, that reminds me of something. I'm gonna put a pin on it because I don't even want to tell you what it is yet. but that does remind me of something.
His border policy?
Overall, if you go on most issues, maybe not the border. If you go on most issues, the Democrat
There is
Party
a whole
has moved
suite.
way.
Robbie, that's just totally not true. There's nothing about that that's true. The idea that the Democrats have moved left, I wish they've moved left.
They literally haven't. That's the irony of it. Like, they literally have fucking went to the point where Joe Biden was trying to give an olive branch to Trump himself. Like, when it came to immigration and the border policy, like, he literally tried to do that. He didn't do anything when Texas was, like, literally going against the federal government and basically acting like a bunch of secessionists when it came to the border doing their crazy shit. I mean, it's like, what the fuck is he even saying? I don't even know who this guy is. I already hate him. You know what? It's making me realize, like, because there's, like, another, like, left/right commentator, like, show that exists out there. It's Crystal Ball and Sauger and Jetty. And you know what? It's making me realize, like, the Sauger is kind of a dumbass when it comes to his takes, but at least they're cogent and at least somewhat attached in with reality. But what the fuck is this guy saying? This isn't even tapped into reality at all. What is he even saying? This is bullshit. This is just fundamentally lies. Just fear-mongering nonsense. Sounds like Andy Dick if he was sober. Hold on, I'll have to listen to him a little bit.
A lot of us on the left are begging for them to move left. On healthcare, they haven't moved left. On wages, they haven't.
Okay, Kyle, here, these things will get brought up. Kyle just likes to kind of jump in a little bit. Sauger's just as dumb. I don't know, man. Hi, Kyle.
Go on most issues, maybe not the border. If you go on most issues, the Democrat Party has moved.
Oh my god, he does sound like Andy Dick if he was sober. Dude, Rose, what the fuck? Holy shit, you're so right. What the hell, dude? Bruh. Dude, he really does sound like Andy Dick if he was sober. Holy shit.
Way more
Of policy. In what way? It's been
That's
worse
like
on
charts.
unions.
Look at charts.
What cultural policy? It's not policy. That's just vibes. Oh, you hang a rainbow flag out outside the White House. What's that actually doing for poor and working class gay
Green
people
New
in this
Deal,
country?
etc.
What? Where's there a green?
I mean, yeah. I mean, actually, yeah, she's right. Like, yeah, that's literally just vibes. Like, oh, the White House puts out a gay flag out there every now and then. Oh, vibes. Ooh, woo. Yeah, what's that doing for, like, trans and queer working class folk and, people who are impoverished and people who are being oppressed in red states where the Biden administration and Democrats seem to not give a fuck one, about, actually addressing any of that on a federal level or otherwise. It's like, I mean, what? They can't use some executive power or some sort of legislative power to, curtail some of this state, fucking, trans oppression bullshit. When's the last time that someone brought up the Green New Deal? Brianna Joy Gray, actually, like I said, I was listening to this specifically, and she brings that up. She even says that, like, no one has brought up the Green New Deal in years. Like, this whole idea that, like, this, like, because this weird dipshit brings it up at some point, I think. So, I mean, like, actually put a pin on that. Because, yeah, honestly, it has not been mentioned. Like, honestly, the only time it's ever been mentioned is when AOC initially, when she first got elected, brought it up. It's like one of her main things. And then, like, the administration, shortly after that, kind of brought it back up again a little bit. And then just kind of made it a talking point. And after that, just kind of withered off and just nothing happened from it. And if anything, Biden's been going ahead and greenlighting fucking fracking oil deals left and right anyway. So if anything, it's just literally been fucked off. So it was a talking point for a little bit shortly after the election cycle. Not being brought up anymore now, apparently. Even now that we're in election cycle again. So, yeah, honestly, honestly, the reason why it's been years because it was last election cycle in 2020 and maybe 2021. But after that, no, they haven't really made much of a peep, if that. They might mention it like maybe once or twice every now and then. Maybe AOC might have mentioned it a couple times before. But beyond that, no.
Did Joe Biden pass a Green New Deal?
He said a Green New Deal.
Oh, you know what? Actually, conveniently enough, that thing I was talking about actually was right here. Hold on, let me go back a little bit.
Doing for poor and working class gay
Green
people
New
in this
Deal,
country.
etc.
What? Where's there a Green New Deal? Did Joe Biden pass?
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. See, I was mentioning about how I was going to mention that and put a pin on it. Well, never mind. It was right here. He literally says, "Oh, the Green New Deal." It's like, and she's like, "Bitch, where's that Green New Deal?" Like, dude, Brianna, dude, the sass that she brings it out, dude. I love it. Because, like, where the fuck is it? It's never been brought up. It's never been enacted. Nothing has come from it. It was like a talking point in vibes, ooh-woo, you know, for a little bit after the campaign in 2020. And then it just, like, went bloop. That's why I brought it up. You paused right on it. Oh, well, I didn't notice to mention it right initially. Well, whatever. Either way, though.
Green New Deal?
He's a Green New Deal. They ran away from that at 5,000 miles an hour. It never happened. It's never going to happen. And Green New Deal, bro. They moved left. Most of the Democratic politicians shit on the idea of a Green New Deal or don't bring it up at all. Never mind not voting on it and not passing it. Oh my God, this is like shooting fish in a barrel for Bree, man.
Did Joe Biden pass a Green New Deal?
They all talk in support of it.
Where? When? When did they vote in support of it? When did they actually act and push it? When did you see a single Biden ad talking about how important it is for him to pass a Green New Deal? Never. None.
You talk about the Green New Deal all the time.
Amen, girl. See, like, you know, despite whatever flaws that she might generally have, I'm not gonna lie, man. Dude, she's throwing out the fucking heat. Dude, she's sick of her shit. You know, or his shit. Like, dude, oh my God, look at this dork, dude. He's just, like, stunned, like, like, he doesn't even know where to go with this. I love it. Oh my God, what a little pissant, bro. I like how this is, I guess, like, Bryson reacts, Charlemagne, the God reverses course on Joe Biden. That's what, I guess, initially was the whole talking point, and it devolved into this. I love it. But, you know what? It brought out a great clip of Brianna just going ham on this guy, and I fucking love it.
During when he was campaigning. The Joe Biden agenda has been the Joe Manchin agenda, and they're frankly proud of it.
Republicans can be take comfort in that the Democrats don't accomplish.
It looks like he's never known the feeling of vagina around his dick. Damn, that's diabolical, bro.
All the lofty societal transformations that they promised.
Lofty societal transformations. An overwhelming majority of Americans want there to be a wealth tax. This is not a partisan issue. The overwhelming majority of Americans want there to be universal health care. This is not a
This is all true.
fringe leftist issue.
Dude, you know what? Brianna Joy Gray, cook, queen, damn.
Just did a radar running down. When 70% of Americans
Mass
support
confiscation
something,
of wealth from other people is
I'm not doing
fringe.
this with you. When
I'm not doing this with you.
You can't say it's a fringe issue immediately after she correctly points out it's an overwhelming majority of Americans, like 70%, that want a wealth tax. You can't then say, oh, that's fringe. No, what you're saying is you personally don't like it. But you have...
I don't like it when the rich get, you know, taxed a lot. It's like, I mean, he can't just coin it like that. This is just a leftist meltdown to him. You know what? Fuck him then. I mean, honestly, if that's the case, then he can go fuck himself then. Like, I mean, that's just her, you know, fucking, you know, just being sick of his shit. Because apparently, that's what he said on Twitter. Well, he's a fucking pissant dumbass. Because he was the one melting down and having, you know, problem, you know, going back and forth with this shit.
Fringe position, by definition. That's how numbers work. Oh my God. I'm frustrated for her watching this.
70% of Americans...
I am too.
Confiscation of wealth from other people is
I'm not doing
fringe.
this with you. When 70%
Okay,
of...
I don't want to do it. More rising after this. Goodbye. Go.
When 70%...
All right, I'm done. I'm shutting down. Melting down. No, we're done. Bye.
Oh my God. What a bitch-ass move, man.
What a
That
coward.
is the most bitch-ass shit I've ever seen in my life. This is like... Look, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt in this sense. It looks like his brain is just not functioning that well on this day. And...
Well, conservatives don't usually have a very well-functioning brain in the first place. I mean, come on. That's so fucking childish. I know, dude. These weird fucking entitled conservative dipshits are so fucking entitled to their weird opinions, and they don't want ink clap back. And when Brianna Joy Correa just fucking claps like the queen that she is up against that cheeks, you know, he just can't handle it. He can't handle it, dude. He can't handle that sass, bro. And I love it. It's beautiful. It's amazing. Amazing. What is he, fucking 12? Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, basically. It does go on a little further, too. Doing cheek claps on my bro. Doing cheek claps on my bro. Dude, I still remember that one. Wait, what was the origin of that meme anyway? I forgot the origin. Well, I think I was the one who did the origins of that, but I forgot the exact, you know, clip of that shit. Oh my God, but, dude, I remember that one, dude. Oh, that's a good meme. Doing cheek claps on my bro.
You guys are going to debate. And then you actually start debating. I don't like this. I'm gone.
It was some dude's username on here or Twitch. I can't remember. Oh, yeah, you're right. Dude, I think it was on Twitch. Dude, it was on Twitch. You're right. Oh, my God. Dude, it was like some Twitch troll. And he just, popped up saying some random shit. But I just saw his username first. And I just literally started busting a gut. And, we actually end up kind of being like, hey, it's all Gucci. And, kind of like actually parted with good, good nature and shit. It was on Twitch. Yeah. He didn't say long or say much. Yeah, he didn't really say much. I think, if anything, we kind of like, charmed him a little bit. It was like, I was just here to troll. I didn't think he was actually going to like my username or compliment me. Oh, I think we kind of took him aback a little bit because I think he was just around to troll. But, I think he kind of stuck around just kind of get rizzed up a little. But, if anything, I probably just helped with his confidence game, if anything. I honestly kind of hope that I helped him, with some more fun troll antics, and shit, honestly. Because, dude, I have some fond memories about that guy. I'm not even going to lie. I hope, he's done some good trolling. Oh, man. Oh, dude. Man, I might have to low-key make a new Twitch account just for the memes. Just to see how long I can last, and maybe at least at the very minimal switch people over here a little bit. Be like, every time I get, good following, be like, hey, follow me over here, because I don't know how long I will last. Who knows?
Okay, then go fucking do a different show. Go talk about sport. Or some shit.
See, it's not French.
That's some foreshadowing, man. Worst case, he just gets Z'd again. Yeah, and if that's the case, then you know what? Then Twitch just really doesn't want me. Then that's okay.
You can't just sit there and say it's French because
they'll let some e-girls, hang out and, show off the booba, or the booty, but oh no, they can't have me hang around, just being a stoner dork.
Fucking do a different show. Go talk about sports or some shit.
See, it's not French. And you can't just sit there and say it's French because you personally don't like it, Robbie. 70% of Americans support the policy. So my point is this. If Joe Biden, universal health care.
Wait, what did you say?
Robbie, 70% of Americans support the policy. So my point is this. If Joe Biden...
70% of Americans are what? I don't even know what he said there.
Universal health care.
That, depending on ask, I'm sure most Americans think that healthcare should be provided to people. How we actually...
Oh, let me try to do some nuanced trolling. Oh, it's like, oh my god, you fucking pissant little bitch. Wow, dude, what a fuck. What a actual fuck, dude. Dude, what the hell? He's actually nuanced trolling Brianna Joy Gray. Dude, considering that this guy is apparently have worked with her, on Rising, and shit, like, he should know that you can't out nuance troll her. Not saying that she does that, but, like, I mean, considering that she knows her shit, you can't do that. She will outflank you on that shit so quick. She's been doing that already. Like, I mean, what is this desperate attempt?
For that and what the policy. Ask them how much of them want Obamacare or socialized medicine, then they get
We've been
very
talking
little support.
about billions of dollars going out the door for Israel.
He's such a fucking nuanced troll here. Well, if you word the poll a very specific way where you say socialized medicine, then actually they're against it.
Oh, shit, dude. Oh, what a fucking goober, dude. Such a fucking dork.
Yeah, but that poll is loaded and poisoning the well up front. If you ask people it in a neutral way, they side with universal health care.
It's something you don't agree with, but at no point did you say, how can we pay for that? Not once.
Wait, I don't
We've been talking about...
I don't want to say...
What? Like, he doesn't even know how to rebuke anything that she's saying. I mean, granted, I suppose, the benefit the doubt the guy, she is gish galloping, but honestly, at least she's cooking, and honestly, it's for correct reasons. Because she's actually saying some fucking bars that are actually correct. So, I mean, it's like, shit. I mean, he just is like, I mean, in a way, he is overwhelmed, with the shit, and he can't rebuke any of it one by one. But you know what? Good. Because, like, it's just all just buzzword, right-wing, dumb shit bullshit, where it, it doesn't really mean anything. and she will just have an easier refutation against that shit, and all it's just going to be, used for is just, her just clapping his cheeks. And I would like to see that.
You haven't questioned how we're going to pay for it. You said we shouldn't pay for it, but there's an expectation that when it comes to military spending, of course we can pay for it.
I don't think we can pay for it. No, we're running up. No, we cannot afford to do the military spending.
About delivering for the health and welfare of the American people. That phrase comes up again.
That's not true at all.
Out of nowhere.
That's just absolutely misrepresenting my position. I do not think we can afford the military
spending.
Check the notes.
I would bet every dollar in my bank account that you haven't said, how are we going to pay for it?
I bet every dollar in my bank account. Damn.
One time. And
damn.
How are we going to pay? We can't pay for it, and we should. I don't want to.
Damn, on top of just cooking his ass, like she's throwing out some jokes and shit, dude. Damn. Like, I mean, I don't know. I mean, the very few times that I see her, she's either pretty base or every now and then she can actually be kind of funny. So I don't know. I kind of like her.
And you've not said that. You haven't said, how are we going to pay for it? Not a single time.
I mean, you're right. I've been preoccupied with, yes, we should not pay for it, but we also can't afford to do it. And
well, how about you stick to it? We should not pay for.
Wait. So, wait a minute. You give her the credit of saying that, yeah, I have not admitted to that, blah, 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 blah. But at the same time, you're also saying, like, oh, but we can't afford to pay for it anyway, no matter what. Buddy. We're America, bitch. Do you know how much wealth and money is, like, flowing in this fucking country? Like, yeah, we can obviously fucking pay for it. Like, you just don't like the idea of, like, government, taxing stuff, because that's it, or whatever the fuck your stupid dumbass thinks. Like, I mean, God, I hate that. Dude, this is, like, the most infuriating thing about, like, libertarians or conservatives or anyone on the right when it comes to, like, fiscal, like, politics. Like, when it comes to a lot of these things, especially when a lot of them gripe about these things, like, oh, we got, like, at least when it comes to, like, working class folk broadly, not like this stupid weird stuffed suit pissant fuckboy. Like, when it comes to, like, a working class Joe Schmo, I mean, it's like, oh, you got, like, the, big corporation, going against the man, this and that, blah, blah, blah. But they'll take their ire on, like, trans people or fucking, like, the idea of, like, government somehow being a part of that or, or some shit, which honestly government is. But it's like, instead of, like, saying, hey, maybe we should, use the government to go against, the fucking man, so to speak, when it comes to, like, the corporations and shit and, these, shareholders and rich elites, it's like they want to go to the government and be like, nah, let's, like, take you out instead. Like, let's, like, limit, let's, like, cut taxes across the board, like, have a massive free market thing, blah, 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 and just, like, we can't afford to pay nothing, and we'll just, like, leave it to free market to figure it out. It's like, you're basically, like, letting the idea that government can afford it, in there in place because you just have no tax funding to allow these different services to be funded in the first place. So it's like, you basically just get anarcho-capitalism, and that is a nightmare fucking feel scenario. So, like, what the fuck? It's like, I mean, it just leads to a fucking weird rigmarole bullshit nightmares feel scenario, and it doesn't really lead to anything. It's an incoherent idea. It's just incoherent. And I think, honestly, most of these motherfuckers don't even really fundamentally believe it at the end of the day. They might say it, but if you really start pinpointing their shit, they don't really actually fucking advocate it. They'll start, twisting around, be like, well, I also think, maybe some things should be taxed and this and that, or, tariffs are okay, or this and that. Like, yes, like, you'll get weird shit like that. Like, I mean, they'll always walk, it back at the end of the day when you start nitpicking it with them.
Medicare for all. Stick with that then. Sit here and stand by the notion that you think that we should not pay for Medicare for all. But most Americans, America, the country, our government should not pay for Medicare for all. That seems to be your stance as you framed it with respect to a bunch of other expenditures.
Right. But I don't want the massive bloat that we have in our education and health system and other to impact whether people can get care, like in other countries that have those arrangements where people wait in lines for care for weeks and months and years. In fact, coming to America.
Oh my God. There's immense wait lines here too, bro. They just do a wallet biopsy before you get your care. If you're wealthy, you're more likely to get it fast. If you're not, you might be fucked.
And usually you are fucked.
The idea, like he's trying to use the dumbest argument ever to make the case that the U.S. healthcare system is actually better than others. That's absurd. It's absurd. Every single objective, empirical way of measuring it disproves what he's saying. Don't take my word for it. Look at the World Health Organization. Look at the Commonwealth Fund study. It is very clear. We get draxed in almost every single way you measure. And by the way, South Park just did a piece on navigating the U.S. healthcare system and health insurance, and it is hilarious. And it is
South Park? Really?
spot on.
They can't get in Canada. The system.
South Park, huh? Huh. I guess I'll have to catch up on some South Park.
Yes, I wish we had healthcare like Canada. I wish we had healthcare like Israel.
Canadians wish they had healthcare like America. But
I wish we had healthcare like Israel.
No, that's not even true. What the fuck? Maybe like some weird rich, like, shareholder in Canada, business freak, probably does because they're rich and yes. I mean, but like not like, your average Joe Schmo, because like they at least, get it free at the point of service. And even if there is an element where they do have to wait a, short period of time for certain elements of like, their, healthcare and shit, is nowhere near as fucking bad as it compares, to America's privatized system. Just like fundamentally, like, I mean, you can nitpick that shit and cherry pick it all you want, but it doesn't negate from that fact. And honestly, even Canada's healthcare system can really have a lot of improvements done to it for sure. Like, I won't negate the idea that Canada's healthcare system got flaws, because it sure does. Because from my understanding, also, it's also like based off province too. Like, there's like a nationalized like healthcare service, but like it's basically sectioned off, province by province. So that's also another factor to it too. Like, some healthcare services, based off province might be a little better or worse depending on where you happen to live. If you happen to live in like, British Columbia or Quebec or Nova Scotia, wherever the fuck, right? So it's like, I mean, because of how they have it. It's basically they have like a nationalized like budget, for their healthcare system, but they basically have like the broader autonomy and the works and the logistics based off the province, and the provinces, fund and based off that shit, based on how they legislate and work that out. So it basically varies on the provinces there, which is honestly kind of a little bit of a flaw on their part. I mean, I can kind of get it to a certain extent, but I mean, like it seems a little wonky considering the flaws that they do have, which it's honestly, again, way fucking better than, our healthcare system. And honestly, I think if we did adopt a Canadian system, that would actually be good for us in either way. It probably would negate for certain, states, unfortunately, but if we at least had a fundamental baseline, nationally on top of that, I think, wouldn't really be that bad. And I think maybe that would help with, like, Canada's system is like having at least more of a fundamental, like, nationalized baseline across the board, regardless of province, even if like some provinces now might not offer those services because of some weird janky bullshit or something.
Only the super mega rich ones, you prick.
Die in the street or have to get extremely expensive emergency care that average Americans have to pay for anyway because they can't get preventative treatment. I think that we're the richest country in the history of the world, and there's a relationship between the visceral pushback that you get when you start bringing up Medicare for all and a wealth tax and how popular they are and how much
cost the American government more than the military, but the military is also bankrupting us. I agree, and I would
how much
lop it in half overnight.
The military is bankrupting our fucking country way more than fucking healthcare. If honestly, like, our current healthcare system is bankrupting us way more than if we nationalize it, or at least let have a nationalized basis, foundation, and left it broadly to the states or something. I mean, it's like we put more of our GDP into healthcare services than like the UK or like the England or okay, I just said that twice. The UK or fucking Germany or France, etc. Like, I mean, we put more of our GDP into our healthcare as it's privatized in comparison to these other countries where it's, at least on some way, shape, or form, a single-payer healthcare system. Like, they have different ways of doing it, but it's like, at the end of the day, they have a single-payer system. It's like, and they spend way less on their GDP broadly than we do for a privatized system. So, like, how in the fuck would it bankrupt us? It wouldn't. We'd be saving money broadly in the long run. There would be more money in Americans' pockets, and it would just be good across the board. But the only people that would suffer would be private insurance companies and like a lot of these for-profit doctors and pharmaceutical companies as well. Like, so, I mean, they would suffer, but good, fuck them anyway.
And foreign military spending or even domestic military spending would not bring our budget in line. It's the entitlement system that is causing us ruinous debt that we will pass on to our children.
Oh, shut the fuck. In other words, you got to get rid of Medicare. You got to get rid of Medicaid. You got to get rid of Social Security. That's where all the money is actually being spent. Hey, don't look at the fact that these are phenomenally successful anti-poverty programs. Don't look at the fact that people paid into it and they're getting back what they're owed. Don't look at the fact that these programs poll overwhelmingly popular. Don't look at any of that. That's where you got to cut. Okay, thank you, fucking Lindsey Graham, Robbie, right? Like,
Robbie, Lindsey Graham, dipshit McGee.
How are you any different than fucking Lindsey Graham or Mitt Romney or Chuck Grassley? This is just down the line, standard conservative republicanism. And this idea of like, oh, I'm going to represent the anti-establishment, right? Anti-establishment, my fucking ball sack.
And how much...
Anti-establishment, my fucking... Oh my god, Kyle, I love you so much. Holy shit. Anti-establishment, my fucking ball sack, dude. Oh my god.
Into preventing those perspectives from being reflected on a program like The View, and where someone like Charlamagne comes on and says...
So now they bring it back to what the original conversation was about, which is Charlamagne reversing course on Biden, and basically they were trying to arm twist him into endorsing Biden, and he wouldn't do it, and that's what the point of this segment is. Look, there's actually a really interesting takeaway from this. It is possible to do a show that has a left-right dynamic, where in theory, the casual viewer might say, hey, they actually seem to agree on a bunch of stuff. Look, they're both criticizing Joe Biden. They both don't like Joe Biden. So even the left and the right can get along and agree that they don't like Joe Biden. But here's...
I mean, sure. I think it just really depends on what issues we're talking about. Which I actually kind of know what he's, going, to kind of say in rebuttal with it is about, like, the Israel-Palestine issue, for example. Which I would actually agree with. But, at least in my experience, like, when it comes to at least certain issues, like, when it comes to, like, working class issues, like, when it comes to, like, rent or, like, the bread on your table and shit, stuff like that, and maybe to a lesser extent, but certain social issues, like, because some conservatives, aren't necessarily, like, have, like, a strong animosity towards, like, gay people specifically, but maybe they do have trans people a little bit. And, and honestly, it's like, you can at least have a potential bridge, being like, well, I was still got an issue of gay people, though, but obviously there are some people that kind of have a little, I guess, extra step, so to speak, when it comes to that kind of broader, spectrum, and when it comes to that. And there are a lot of people that don't necessarily fall under the whole, idea of being trans and shit, that also might have gender dysphoria. Like when it, because there's a lot of men that might develop breasts, for example, and get gynecoplasty surgery and shit, right? So it's like, that's a form of, body dysmorphia and like a gender dysmorphia, but it's just not a trans variation of it. So it's just like, there are arguments and ways to where you can I think you can generally explain it to these people and be like, hey, I mean, it's not necessarily just a trans thing when it comes to like dysmorphia and, when it comes to like, feeling out of place in your own body, so to speak. I mean, it is, to, a lot of people, for sure, but, and granted, they're a very large minority of our population, but there's also a lot of people out there that are, cis, or at least, maybe not necessarily trans, but at least a little bit more open with their, gender sexuality broadly and stuff like that. And, just don't necessarily feel at place, so to speak, and it's like, and that's totally fine. Sometimes it's just simple as like, maybe just losing weight or like getting like a specific surgery or maybe doing HRT or whatever the fuck it is, right? Like, or going to the gym and lifting some weights because you want to like kind of bulk up a little, right? Like, that's another variation. Like, you got a lot of dudes who feel like feel out of place in their body because they want to bulk up and feel, kind of, to go to the gym and get some lifts going. I mean, that's in a way, like a softer variation of that, right? So, I mean, it's like, if you kind of like, broaden, that whole idea, you kind of realize that a lot of people do feel that way. Sometimes it just kind of goes to a different level that might just take a little extra explanation for. And that's okay. And honestly, like, I mean, I've done, like, different backs and forths to people about these things, and it's just like, and honestly, like, you would kind of be surprised about how much, like, of a bridge you could kind of establish with that, with some people that might have kind of conservative lean, perspectives about these things. You might not win at all, so to speak, right? Like, you might still have, like, a little conundrum about, like, trans people in sports or some shit, right? Like, but, I mean, at least there's a start, right? Like, there's at least, the seeds being planted. Because, I mean, I think honestly a lot of people are starting to kind of get that. I mean, there's still, like, different things that need to be addressed, right? But, like, it's, yeah, I mean, in a way, it's getting there. You couldn't have the door closed? The crinkling bag is so distracting. Here. Hopefully Streamlabs won't fuck up. Please don't. Okay, it didn't. We'll take a little break on segments, but I do have, another one that we can look at a little bit later. But we'll just give it a minute. Just give it a little bit. Chill here for a momento. What else would be the adorable little goof? This little much good. Look at this little goof. Oh, little pup. He can't go in his usual spot, so he's sitting over here. Okay, hold on. I mean, can we have a second door maybe just... What? Can we have maybe the door just, I don't know, like... No, it's not done hearing you. Well, I have to go to the bathroom anyway, so... I guess it'll all work out. Oh shit, if I open that, it's gonna kind of move. Oh no. I don't want to have to do that, but still.
Yeah, I even thought of that.
Well, Zook's is snug. Well, I guess he's not gonna fall. Oh, well, this got no lock on it? What? It's got no lock on it, I guess. What the hell?
No, just a little screw.
Well, I know it. Duh. We're gonna have to do the Jeopardy thing.
Jeopardy thing?
Bam, 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 bam. Bam, 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 bam. Well, yo, what are you doing backing that? What are you doing backing that up on me? Yeah.
Oh, just get that out of the way.
Well,
I just said set it down there. Yeah, that one doesn't work so well. So. Yeah.
Pup needs a belly tax. Puppo needs a belly tax. Look at this little munch. Look at this little munch. That's not a belly tax.
Nobody likes it, doesn't it?
Well, he wants a belly tax. Look at him. Oh! You big goof. You big goof. You goober. Big goober munchkin boy. I'll give him a little belly tax. Belly tax. You little sweet little munchkin. What a goof. What a big fat goober. I was doing some workity work and it was typing on my keyboard from the other room. Not looking at chat, so I figured someone was still here. Well, I mean, it's still kind of like, you know, it will take a little minute, I think, for everyone else, you know, to realize, you know, that I'm back on here. I mean, the routine will eventually kind of get back into motion. Oh my god, this little homunculus. This big goober. Look at this little shit. Still street boy as ever. Boop. Oh my god. The fuck is this? Whoa. Oof. Oh my goodness. Big chunk. Oh. Big stretchy chunk boy. Man. I like it doesn't really care that much that I do that. Well, he kind of does a little bit, but not that much. It's kind of more of like, what the fuck you doing, Dad? What the hell? He's more like that about it, more so than anything else, but I still find it kind of funny. Now, speaking of silly little critters, oh, dude. I showed you this silly little burb. There was a little burb that was on the side of the road, just kind of chilling. And I want to know if it's like a scrub jay or if it's like a seller jay, you know, because I think it's a little juvenile, a little baby burb. Big on the burbs. Yeah, hold on, I'll do a little screen share. And while I'm at it, I'll also share, you know, some pictures for Merlandia too, because I've never actually done that yet for the streaming. Streamlabs, give me the blessings. Don't fuck up on me. Good, it didn't. Yay. Alright. I always have to do that because I remember that Streamlabs likes to do that sometimes. But look at this little guy. On Instagram, like you can't hear. Unfortunately, not. It looked like you couldn't. Nope, I could not, unfortunately. Look at this little guy. Look at this little baby. Look at that little baby bro. This is a cute little bro. Just kind of chilling, doing his little thing. I just noticed him, and I was just like, what the hell? Oh, shit. And he was just kind of chilling. He was just kind of staring at me a little bit, you know, and just kind of sat there, basically, and It didn't look like the little guy was in distress or anything, so I'm assuming like the mama was like, all right, get the fuck out, and it was just kind of chilling there. But yeah, it didn't look like its wings or legs were hurt or nothing. I mean, so obviously a little baby, because you can see the adult feathers right there, but those little baby feathers are still there. It's just a little gray puffball. It's still on the top. So still kind of a little bit of a baby, but kind of getting into that juvenile age basically. That's so cute. I almost wanted to kind of reach my arm out to it, but I took one tiny little step and it kind of took a couple hops away. I was like, all right, I don't want to fucks with that. I'll just let the little guy just chill. It was so cute. It was just so adorable. I'm pretty sure, I know it's either a scrub jay or stellar jay because of the blue. I know that much. So it has to be one or the other. Scrub jay fetchlings. Scrub jay fetchling. Oh, yep, there we go. Yeah, CalForge. Yeah, yep, that'd be it. Oh, that's so cute. That's so cute. Yep, that would be the little baby right there. Oh. So it's just a little fetchling, just kind of chilling. And like I said, it didn't really seem like it was in stress or anything like that. Hope Mama found it. Well, I mean, I think it was at a point of its age where it was kind of getting to the point where it could be independent. So I think that's what probably happened. It's like the early beginnings of its independence, I think. Because the little dude probably could fly a little bit, but not too much. So I think it was just kind of hanging out, taking a little break. Is it a cough? Okay, hold on. He wants food. Dude, you are a pestering little shit sometimes, bro. You are truly something sometimes, my dude. There you go, you little fuck. Ah. Just to make sure, here you go. A little extra. Fucking psycho. Oh. But, here. Now to bring forth the fuzz. The fuzz. So at least, the final pictures from the last little day. So I guess we're going to kind of go from the end to the beginning. But, screw it. Actually, I could probably narrow down some of these pictures because I actually kind of took a few just to make sure which ones are good. But these are the last little few. They're kind of hanging out, for the last little bit of the day and shit. I like this guy's attitude. And I think I'm pretty sure it's meant to look like an Eastern Dragon a little bit. Hey, what does the name say? Antone, I like it. I asked if I could, take a picture of him really quick, because he had his head off for him a little bit, and I was like, he literally went, oh shit, yeah, cool, hold on. He did this, and he was like, he just did that really quick, and I was like, love it. Love the attitude, actually. Low-key, though. But these are the last little few, as well from that, day 2. Oh, I'm not gonna lie. She's kind of cute. The one in the center is actually pretty adorable. And I actually was showing that to one of the con staffers too and shit, which I don't know if I've ever shown a picture of this. This is something that my dad has. But you could literally see all the cool little details of the interiors and all that shit. Well, okay, my little Trekkie nerddom is coming out a little bit with that. And who cares? Random stickers. Little fun vibes, the rave nights and stuff going on with that on the last night. Probably narrow down some of the pictures a little bit. I like this person with their fucking saber and shit. It was pretty dope. I think they thought they was recording a video because they were doing some action moves, but some of them are a little blurry. But I kind of like them anyway, just because with the with that shit going on, I kind of like that a little bit. And someone brought a motherfucking DeLorean, this shit was a little bit of a highlight for me. When I like looked outside because I saw a little crowd, you know, around this car, I was like, what's going on over here? And I was like, oh shit, it's a DeLorean. I was like, I can see why there's a fat crowd going on here. I was like, damn. I was like, oh shit, this is dope. And of course, like, you know, every little furry wanted to hang out with it. And, you know, kind of hang out with the cars and shit and chill a little bit, which is pretty dope. I mean, because when you got a fucking DeLorean, especially in a fucking nice mint condition, it's like, I mean, what you're just gonna like ignore that? Hell no, son. I like this suit too, because he was also kind of like posting around and chilling with the DeLorean too. And dude, I love how it really is in like genuine, nice mint condition. Some impressive get-ups, dude. I mean, dude, furries go hard when it comes to this type of shit, dude. I'm not even gonna lie. I also found this guy's Instagram, so I'm following this dude. But just some more pictures and shit. Yeah, DeLorean owners don't mess around. Yeah, and apparently also my coworker was at a car show on Sunday. Because that guy was there on Saturday. So this is all from Saturday. And there was a car show on Sunday, and when I showed the DeLorean to her, she was like, oh, that's probably the same guy, and pulled up and, you know, some pictures of the DeLorean. I was like, and I went side by side. I'm like, that's the same DeLorean. It was the same guy. So it's like she happened to run into the same dude that had the DeLorean because he had a con badge. He was there for the con, at least, you know, for the day, and was showing it off and all that shit. It was actually really fucking cool. And I was overhearing some of the conversation with the guy, and he was like, yeah, I'm a furry too, and I got friends who are, and, you know like a group around here that, you know, works on cars and shit. So I'm kind of a part of the little club, you know, in a sense. So I like to bring it out every now and then. What the fucking picture is going on here? It was meant to be like, you know, an action, you know, pic, but this looks just a little derpy. Just silly and derpy. I was actually really impressed with this, and by the way, I don't know who was in the suit, but they were like 7 feet fucking tall. I'm not even gonna lie, and I was like, what the fuck? And, you know, kind of got a little bit of a bacon industry going on, by the way. I'm not even going to lie. Not just a bakery, like, but the bacon industry itself. I was just like, what the fuck? This suit, that suit had no right to go as hard as it did. Just saying. I also like this guy. It's kind of got, like, you know, goblin-esque, like, you know, hyena look to it, and I love it. It's dope. Oh, some more pictures of DeLorean, too. God, dude, that fucking thing is so sexy, bro. Dude, I'm not even gonna lie. This was one of the highlights of the con. Like, this fucking DeLorean, dude. Look at that. Oh, God, I love it so much. Fuck, dude. I can't get enough of this thing. Whenever you see one, dude, whenever you spot one, you always have to just, like, take a moment to admire. Like, cause, oh, dude, look at that bad boy. Oh, my God. Purdy. Oh, another little group shoot. Follow the other, you know, series of shit. I like this one because this guy decided to do like a little crush cam. I love this one. This is one of my more favorite pictures. But you don't hear DeLorean owners having problems with Marxist stains. It's just DeLorean uses stainless steel for panels, just like the Cybertruck. Huh. I guess I could kind of see it, but yeah. You never hear that issue either. You're right. Oh, that's a little selfie because Mom wanted one, so I had to give one to her. More DeLorean pics. God, this thing, I really had to take, you know, I really had to make sure I got some pics out of that bad boy. I forgot why I was taking this picture. I don't know what they were doing. Some more pics of that. Oh, when I got, you know, a few little silly stickers. So when I was at the bar on Friday night, because I did somehow manage to get there for the last call and shit. So I was there for a little bit, and I put these little stickers up on another sticker that I put up. I put that one there, so I put these two right next to each other. You know, a nice little bundle. Man, I like how I like how a majority of these fucking stickers are pretty much mine. Those 3, those 2, fucking Christ. Okay. Like, well, this one's crossed off, but that one, which is bombing kids, is not self-defense, but some dumbass decided to cross it off because they're an idiot. But, you know. Oh, and that one over there in the corner. So I can see another one I put up. Dude, I pretty much am the one who's put up pretty much all of these stickers. I think I'm the only one stickering my bar up. God damn it, dude. I love it, though. I love these derpy little stickers, too. Look. And this is like from the Friday Night Rave a little bit. Most of it's just kind of like, mostly blurry pics. I kind of have to skim through some of them a little bit. Yeah, this one doesn't really show much at all. There's a few pretty decent ones in here. We could probably just kind of pass through a lot of these. Okay, I took a lot this night, apparently. Oh, there we go. Some other ones. Oh, these ones also. These guys are also posting for the DeLorean too. And then there was more of that. I guess because I decided to walk around outside. Some random things I decided to draw around and post for the memes. And this guy's a regular, that does like the dance competitions and shit, Tabian. Like, he's actually a pretty cool dude, and like, he's also a musician. There's like a few times where he's like, played drums a couple times, from what I noticed. He's kind of a regular around here. I don't know if he's like a local here in PDX, but I know he comes to this con pretty much like literally every year, as far as I know. Okay, I don't know why I took a bunch of those pictures. Oh, it's because I put a bunch of other stickers, and shit from, all the other stickers I collected. Oh, and this is from, when I saw Battle Beast and shit, so that's, from the show. So, I guess that's pretty much, like, all the pics from it looks like. Which actually, there's some pretty dope-ass pics in here, I'm not even gonna lie. This is a good one. I like this one right here. Crop it up right here. Do a little crop. Oh, dude, that's some excellent fun. Dude, crop that, edit a little bit. Yo, that is dope. Dude, that's a good shot right there. Oh, nice. Fuck yeah, dude. The event organizers knocked it out of the park. Very nice setup. Oh, yeah. At least with, for Atlantis at Sheraton, they've done it every year. And actually, it was so good that they doubled the attendance this year from last year. I was there for last year, and there was about like 1,000-something people, and this year there was about 2,000-something people. Like, some panels had to actually kick some people out because they were overflowing with people, and they couldn't, seat everybody. Like, because I remember there was, this pet play panel that, over 150 people were in there. Some people were sitting down. A lot of people were, standing in a corner and shit. And they were like, look, I'm sorry, but we have to, seat a bunch of people. We can't have people laying down or sitting down and blah, blah, blah. And all this other shit. And I was just like, damn. And I was like, I ain't leaving this. I'm just going to be honest. Because, look, I'm just going to be honest here. So, I was going to be participate in that. And honestly, I'm really glad. It was awesome. I mean, it was, pretty cool, and learned about a local, club that's, around here that, does different little things and shit. Partake in different, broader things like, the Pride Parade in Portland and stuff. So I'm just like, ooh, connections. So I'm like, all right, awesome. So, that's why I like, going to these cons, because you actually kind of find a little bit more connections and, some friends that you don't realize that you would make and shit. And it's pretty dope. And I did make, a couple, friends along the way this year. I just hope that Wahat's actually fucking goes next year, because I sort of goddamn, I'm going to go up to Seattle myself, whether train or otherwise, and I'm going to drag his ass over to this shit. He's going one way or another. But don't really need to show too much about it because, I mean, I already have, like, different YouTube videos uploaded with that, so. Instagram, don't fuck up. Please keep the screen not fucking up and shit or whatever. Okay, cool. I have to give, like, some paganistic blessing to Streamlabs. Every time, I swear to the Lord. Swear to the Lord. Swear on the Lord. I'm actually kind of surprised it didn't really have as many pictures as I thought it would. Yeah, and because there was Friday night. Yeah, they didn't really take as many pics on Friday night as I thought. Well, honestly, I know why. It's because of the fucking registration. Dude, the line was ridiculous. It was so absurd. I was just like, bruh. I was like, why? Why is this so goddamn long? So I didn't really get to partake in many as the panels I wanted to because of that. So that would definitely explain it. Because goddamn. But nonetheless, had a lot of fun. I also have a bunch of new fun pins too. Got this new little pin too. Got a few new ones over here. Got a little trifecta actually. Yeah, fucking. This jacket's starting to actually gain some weight. I'm starting to notice every time I pick it up, it's starting to have a little heft now. It's got a little heft to it. But, I got this new little pin right there. Got this one. Which I like this one. He looks like he's a little happy. And then I got this one right there. Over here, I got this one. I've always had this one, but I got this one. This is like the official pin that you got, when it came to the, getting the con ticket. But this is fun to show. That was shown. And I also got this one from the con too. And this one's so cute. I love this one. It's so adorable. And, and I also got a couple on my hat. Got another pin from the show there as well. And then got that. And these two. Those two right there. I saw someone, forgot this or something. And I was just laying it out on the table for like 30 minutes. And so I just nabbed it. It's like, this kind of look perfect. Oh, a fine addition to my collection. I'm like General Grievous when it comes to pins. Eventually I'm going to have to start putting some pins on my back or some shit. Put pins on the back of the jacket because I'm going to start running out of room. Man, I had like, the cons are only like, for 3 days. I wish it would be like a week or some shit. You know what I mean? It's like, fuck. All this room for one more piece of flavor. Well, I want to put some patches on here, honestly. Like, actually, would be okay with taking off some of the pins just so I could put some patches in some places and then repin some of the pins in different places. Like, because I kind of want to put a patch right here, put another patch right here, and maybe put a few patches, like, around here a little bit, and also some on the back and shit. Like, I also want to make this, like, a patch jacket as well. So it's like, I mean, I kind of want to fill the gaps in some places, and I kind of want to reorganize at least a few of the pins. At least the ones that are all kind of, like, in the chest plate, like, pocket areas. Like, I'll keep those there, but at least around them, I might move them around a little bit. Just put some patches on there and shit. Some punk metal patches and some furry patches. Just kind of a general punk jacket. It's getting more by the day at this point. Did I have my tea in here? I did not have my tea in here. Oh, you know what? That reminds me. It's a funny YouTube short that I found. It's by Natural Habitats, and I love the shorts. Oh, here it is. I already found it. I kind of wish there was a, it would fit, but whatever. Enjoy how it is. All right, Streamlabs, be good to me. Okay, it is. There we go. Oh, look at that little guy.
Excuse me. Just wondering when my order's going to be out.
Oh, did you want to order something else?
No, just waiting for my salad. It's been like 20 minutes since I ordered it.
What do you mean? It's right there.
I think I know there's food right in front of me, mate.
Wait, it looks like they're bringing it out now.
It just brings out a stick of eucalyptus. I love that little ending. Dude, because koalas legit screech like that. Dude, they actually will. I love it. Dude, whoever the Australian voice actor was for that, they nailed it in every way. Oh my god, that was so fucking beautiful, dude. I just want that little screech one more time. Oh my god. Oh my god, dude. Oh shit. Oh fuck, bro. Same noise I make when presented with a bowl of kale. I mean, for real, dude. Oh my goodness. Oh, Dios mío. Oh, you know what? I remembered I said I had a pin on something that I wanted to show, and honestly, do I even want... Nah, you know what? I'm going to save that. I'm going to save it for later. I'll save it for a future time. Again, I'm not even going to say what it is. I want to, but I'm not going to. I'll just save it for another time when everyone else is here again. Because it's something, that's for sure. It's an oof, if there ever has been. You still at it?
Hmm?
You still at it?
Didn't get this shit to stop
Maybe I shouldn't have said anything. Oh my god. Because I just gonna keep going about it. I went up to Seattle a couple weeks ago for work, and I saw Zuckbot has more money than he knows what to do with. Doc of some dumbass is literally doing Titan 2.0 Lamau. Learn to swim, biatch. Wait, what? Yo, link me that. You should have mod power, so you should be able to link that shit. You know how much a starter home costs up there? I don't want to know, to be honest. I'm pretty sure it's ridiculous, isn't it? Wouldn't it be Bezos, not Zuck? Because Bezos has his balls up there, too. The Bezos balls. I have taken pictures of the Bezos balls many of times. They're third costliest in the nation outside of San Jose and New York City. Bezos up there, too, yeah. Oh, so I guess it's just both of them. God, ugh. Seattle's definitely more expensive than Portland. Bezos has gigantic, nasty balls up there. Yep. His protruding balls. Yes. The balls. Who's got the biggest balls of them all? Seattle's more expensive than Boston. I guess so. I thought San Diego was going to be more expensive to San Jose or like Seattle, honestly, because I've heard San Diego is very fucking expensive. Is it, like, lower on the list? I guess so. Ohio billionaire Larry Connor plans to take $20 million sub to Titanic site to prove industry safer after OceanGate implosion. Okay, I unironically want the Titan implosion of OceanGate to happen again just for the irony itself, dude. I want the irony memes. I want the memes, dude. Oh my god, I want it, dude. There's one quote where he made about OceanGate and it made me laugh out loud. Wait, where is it? Maybe I might be able to find it. Oh, fucking New York Post. Go fuck yourself with your bullshit. Oh, that would probably be better. 2-person submersible Titanic depths to show that the industry is safer than this is ocean. An Ohio real estate investor, blah, blah, blah. I want to show people worldwide that while the ocean is extremely powerful, it can be wonderful, enjoyable, and really kind of life-changing if you want to go about it the right way. I want more quotes. You know what we need to do is build a sub that can dive to the Titanic level depths repeatedly, safely demonstrate the world that you can do that, and the time was contraption. Connor has previously been on the Mariana Trench, deep, so blah blah blah. Okay, whatever. Like, blah 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 blah. Is there not much that could cost this? Where's some more quotes? Give me quotes. Doesn't really. Oh wait, here we go. And wait, what? In a sense, OceanGate didn't make the industry look bad. It made us look good. What? Wait, what? Yo, what? OceanGate made everything about that look bad. Excuse me? Excuse me. In a sense, OceanGate didn't make the industry look bad. It made us look good. Bruh. Dude. No. What the fuck? What crack is he? Okay, I actually want the OceanGate 2 Electric Boogaloo. Oh my god. I want OceanGate 2, dude. The Krakening. The Krakening, dude! That's what we're gonna call it. OceanGate 2, the Krakening Boogaloo. That's what we're calling it. Oh my god. Lord of mercy. You know what? Lord, don't have mercy on their souls. Unleash the Kraken. Oh my god, dude. What the fuck? Jesus Christ. Wow, what dumbasses. Certainly got a lot of optimism with that. There's not another part of the house to fucking clean right now, apparently. Holy shit. This is a little infuriating now at this point. This could not late in any other future conjuncture. Oh my god. I'm about to finna go joke on, motherfucker. I swear to Lord. I swear aloud. I swear aloud. About to do that. You could, like, wait 1 hour or something, you know? Actually, I just thought about that. What? You could take a break a little bit, you know, do that later or something, maybe. Hey. I'm gonna put this under the Paul's, like, definition of farts of humanity. That's what I'm gonna put that as a definition of. Because holy shit. Very unorthodox time to be doing this. What's he even fucking with now? I don't even know what he's fucking with right now. I swear, I could do like, some fucking, David Attenborough documentary over here, dude. He just like flicked it away. Rudy Joe, I must be a patron saint of that show. Probably. By my age, my grandfather had fought in the war, owned a home, and had a huge family. Welcome back from the war. You're 20 years old, but you look like you're 50. Here's the deed to a 400 square foot home that you and your new wife will live in for the rest of your lives. Remember, birth control is a sin, and PTSD flare-up just means that you aren't beating your kids enough. Damn. True. Now I wonder why Gen X was so fucking angsty. And then the millennials didn't know what to do with it, and they were ADHD-ridden, angsty little fucks themselves. They started looking up the grandpappy and shit, and that didn't really do much for them, and now they're in an existential identity crisis. Millennials look at Gen X and say, what the hell? Gen X shrugs. Yeah, for real. I kind of have, like, Gen X sensibilities, weirdly enough, even though I'm a millennial Zoomer cusper. That's kind of how I feel about myself a little bit. Because I kind of grew up with my brothers, kind of tasted a little bit, because I kind of inherited a lot of his old shit once he grew out of it. So, like, I mean, I kind of had a little bit of his sensibilities, because he was Gen X, and but even though being a millennial, like, Zoomer customer and having, like, a lot of that in me, too, like, I do have, like, a little bit of that Gen X sensibility, too. I have, like, a little, like, trifecta with that, in a way. Despite being a customer. But, you know what? I think that just kind of means that, like, I could kind of, like, see various different little perspectives and spectrums, when it comes to these things. And also kind of relate to, people in a lot of different ways. And can kind of, like, I guess, take an upper lip about certain humor and stuff like that. At least to a certain extent, maybe. Just because of, like, Gen X humor is all about, like, hey, what's up, shit like that. So, I mean, like, I can at least have a little bit of an upper lip with that type of shit and not have that big of a problem about it. I saw like half of that fall out. Oh my god. I swear, he's just like pluming up more of that as just like dust in the air more so than like, I swear. As we say, the man, the humble broom pusher, brush all the dust. It just fumigates in plumes throughout the environment. Okay, now I'm just being mad. Now I'm just being terrible. Now I'm just being a dick. Now I'm just being an asshole. Lord of mercy. Lord of mercy. Have you watched that shit, The Whitest Kids You Know? I never watched it, but I have heard of it. I am familiar with it, but is it streaming anywhere, or is there maybe even episodes on YouTube potentially? Here, let me look and see if there is. I'm sure there's like scenes and stuff. Oh, there's like a whole YouTube channel. It streams 24/7 on Twitch and a ton of vids on YouTube, yeah. Oh, yeah. Actually, I think there is a... Wait, hold on. I think it's on YouTube, too. Let's see. Is this it? The Whitest Kids You Know streaming... Yeah, there is! Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's even on YouTube. Well, I guess I know what I might, look at tonight. Because I know the Mystery Science Theater 3000 streams on YouTube 24/7, and I'll watch that every now and then. Like, there's a few things on YouTube that, are able to be, like, kind of public access a little bit, like with Mystery Science Theater 3000, for example, like, where it is available out there. And, dude, I love that shit. It's awesome. So, I'm going to check that out. You know what? Mystic 3K. Yeah, they do. Because it was recommended on my YouTube algorithm one day. I was like, oh, really? Is this actually it? And I looked into it and realized that it was actually ran by the guys that, started that shit. And they have their own thing, like, I forgot what it was called. They also do their own show nowadays. Fuck. I'm going to have to ask, like, Negan or somebody on the Symbiote server, because... shit, I forgot what it was called, but Riff Tracks, Riff Tracks. Yeah, because I know we've seen some movie commentaries by Riff Tracks and shit. So, I mean, dude, I love that shit. I love that type of stuff. Oh, that reminds me, dude, like, DFF just released finally a movie commentary after all these years of Roger Corman's Attack of the Killer Crabs, or the Monster Crabs, or something like that. I'm just like, fuck yeah, dude. Oh, man, now I got something to, like, pick. The 24/7 reel or that. Shit. Depending on how late I stay up. You know what? I might do the Roger Corman thing because I haven't seen that yet. But I do have that thing on my YouTube save history thing, because I did click on it. So I'll look at that afterwards and just, like, sleep to that. Because when I wake up, it'll still be there. Me and a couple friends in high school. I love that show. It came out when we were sophomores, I think. Well... hey, I know I've seen a few clips of it, so, hey, I'll at least, definitely at least try and check out an episode or two, or at least wake up to that, at the very least. With the Mystic Con in 94, they had a costume ball, that was pretty cool. Oh, dude, that's awesome. Oh, you know what, dude, you know what, there's, like, two things I think, for Orlando was lacking when it came to references to sci-fi shit. Mystic, and Stargate. There's a lot of Trek, Star Wars stuff, all sorts of other shit when it came to sci-fi stuff, but at least when people want to kind of get into the theme for, like, the space theme, going on for the con, but no Stargate and no Mystic, shit, like, what the fuck? Like, I mean, now I'm a little bummed. So people are slacking. They were here last year or the year before. They still do tour. Oh, wait, they were? Man, if I knew about them before, by that point, I would totally fucking went there. You know what? Next, dude, if you happen to hear, in the social media waves, about them doing a tour in Portland, let me know. Because, dude, I'll see if, any of my friends want to go check it out, dude. Because it might honestly be a fun little experience for them. I know it would be for me, too. I'll let you know if I hear about it again. Hell yeah, dude. He ain't gonna stop. Can't stop, no, won't stop. Well, since I am getting a little hungry, it's a little late. And that, I think I'll just wrap it up for tonight. I think I might switch it up, for my coffee stream, and do one of those, like, vertical YouTube streams. Use that as a way to kind of boost me in the algorithm a little. So there won't really be much, ability to do React content or anything, but we can at least, hang out and chill and talk about various different topics. So we'll see how that works, just mostly to kind of get my shit in the algorithm a little. So we'll see. Because I know Paul's been having a lot of success with that. I mean, why not? Well, yeah, the main reason why is because Paul accidentally did a vertical stream, and that ties you to the YouTube short algorithm. And he literally got, like, quadrupled the views on his, like, obscure poltergeist stream, and has been getting a lot of views. And a lot of people, even, that haven't seen his YouTube channel or his content in years, be like, it's been a long time. It's been, like, 10 years and blah, blah, blah. Oh, shit. Like, I didn't realize it was Paul and stuff. So, I mean, I think there is maybe some merit to that. So I'm kind of starting to branch off a little bit now, since at least YouTube's chill for me now at this point. So I'll probably at least do that. Do some Instagram streams occasionally. I don't know if I want to do my karaoke streams either here, just do it like this, or do it via YouTube short streams, or like do it via Instagram. I might just kind of play around with that for a little bit and just kind of like ping ball around for the meantime. So, I mean, I'll still do Insta streams and I'll still do, shit like that, but, I'll kind of at least diversify, put eggs in many baskets, so to speak. Wish Icky's never chill after she... It's never chill she after your ass. I mean, well, I'm gonna take my W's when I can, So, hey. And, I'm gonna take advantage of what is going on, so, why not? And plus, I do have a Cash App. Maybe if I can, plug that, too, a little bit. Which, by the way, I do. It's the same name as my channel here, Ignore Husky, so, just saying. At least, if not, for anyone here, but at least, for also, like, the past live aspect things, too. If anyone's willing to stick around for this fucking long, considering all the background shenanigans. There you go. At least call it good for now. I'll, play around with the YouTube short stream shit, for them all before I go to work. See how that works. Why not, right? So, anyway, peace out for now, and see you on the next one. Boop, boop, boop.